Have you guys been here for 5 hours?
Have we? Yes.
Longer. What?
It's the Movie ReBrew podcast. Come inside, it's fun inside. It's the Movie ReBrew podcast. Come inside, it's fun inside. We got Cats, Evan, Liam, and me. Simon and Garfunkel sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Oh, that spells you and me, baby. We got Cats, Evan, Liam.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Movie ReBrew podcast. My name is Liam Garvin. I am joined by Antonio Zoda. We recorded this about 2 days ago, and it was about 5 hours long. We just locked ourselves in a room on a Sunday when we had nothing going on and just recorded. So this is kind of just right in the middle of that. If you don't understand what's going on, that's fine. Go back and listen to that first one. Or if not, just jump in and listen. So yeah, Movie ReBrew podcast. Mike and Keegan on vacation. Antonio Liam show. All right.
Let's skip the musicians thing. What app do you want to see become a movie?
Oh,
we have Angry Birds.
There was a bunch of that in the Emoji Movie.
Which you saw?
No.
Oh.
But I saw like reviews for it.
Okay.
I don't know. Fight Club is another good movie with Jared Leto in it.
He's in that one.
Listeners,
you might know from my last episode that I haven't seen Fight Club.
I know that also. Because I also listened to it. Let's see. What are you about to say? What app should become?
What app
Clash
should become
of Clans,
a movie?
I guess. Just like really cartoony war.
You know, I think it's going to suffer from the same thing as Noah and Robin Hood, where they take this serious subject matter and they shoehorn an unnecessary romantic subplot and they completely ruin the thing.
We should make this
Clash
movie.
of Clans, the movie.
Clash of Clans. He's also an American Psycho.
Is he? I didn't know he had such a prolific acting career.
Oh, yeah.
These are all well-loved movies.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that Suicide Squad was one of his first films.
No.
What band is he from?
30 Seconds to
30
Mars.
Seconds to Mars.
They're the band's like, where are the kids?
Yeah, I know the band.
Gotta sing the whole song.
Sounds like he's at
Love Promise.
We're gonna get taken off. We're gonna get taken off.
If I sing it poorly enough, it doesn't count.
It counts as parody because you sound just like Paul McCartney. Right? Don't let me down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Whatever. Are there any bad Austin Powers movie?
No, and thankfully there won't be.
Beyonce is in that.
I remember
like
talking. Yeah, that's my favorite thing she's ever done.
Really? You don't even like Lemonade?
I've never listened to
Neither
that.
have I.
I'm sorry, everybody. All the Lemonade fans out there who are also fans of this podcast. I remember on the last podcast I was talking about like my anticipation for a fourth Austin Powers movie, but now with the loss of Vern Troyer, I don't want that.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't want that.
I think it'd be funny if it starts with like Mini-Me's funeral.
Too soon.
I think it'd be funny. I think Vern would be okay with it. He was really young in those movies then. He was like in his 20s, right?
Yeah.
He was really small.
Yeah, it's a shame. Poor guy with a sad life.
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember all the sex tapes and the...
What?
Yeah, it was an unfortunate... He had an unfortunate bout in Hollywood.
Do you know how tall he is?
Hollywood is 2'9".
2'8".
Nice.
He was married on February 22nd, 2004, and filed for an annulment the next day.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny
because of that. You remember that joke from John Mulaney as Stefan Bill Hader as Stefan in the most recent. It's like, this New York's hottest club is. Please keep off the tracks. It takes place in the site of Vern Troyer's 2004 wedding.
No.
Did you see that?
I feel like I did.
Yeah, that was one of the funniest bits in it, I think, when he talks about it. It was a week before Vern Troyer died, too.
He was an alcoholic, too.
Yeah.
Oh, he died from alcohol poisoning?
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I thought
it was like a heart thing.
I thought it was related to his
of
condition. Yeah. Damn, I'm sure that was related to it. That's
Well, because how much alcohol can you consume if you're 2'8"?
Yeah.
Him and his girlfriend were on Celebrity Wife Swap, and he switched places with Hines Ward's wife, who's like an NFL wide receiver.
I know who Hines Ward is. He's from the Ketchup family.
Let's see.
He's a Steeler, right?
He was a stunt double for a baby in Baby's Day Out. That's kind of funny. Yeah, he played for the Steelers.
Yeah.
He was also he was Grip Hook in the first Harry Potter movie.
Vern Troyer or Hines Ward? How?
I don't know.
How can he grip anything?
With his hooks. What? Here's a question. Why?
What?
Why is Harry Potter like? I know it's like it's called the Philosopher's Stone in England. You know,
because Americans despise philosophy.
Is that really it?
I really don't know. I think I do believe that. I do believe that the word philosopher would have been a turnoff to Americans. Because I think in Europe, they're more familiar with the myth of the Philosopher's Stone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're, Johnny Appleseed. No.
Merlin
but,
shit.
they have Merlin and shit out there.
Uh-huh.
And they're more well versed in like this piece of mythology, and we just aren't, and it's a big word that's kind of scary to people. And if you throw sorcerer in there, you know that this is going to be a book and subsequently a movie about wizards and a lot of fun. Which brings me to do they say Sorcerer's Stone in the movie?
Yeah.
Do they say Philosopher's Stone in the British version of the movie?
They must
have separate takes.
They must have separate takes.
Weird.
That is weird. Hold on.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Happy Christmas, Ron. No, that's not what he says. You know what he says?
And so this is Christmas.
He says, I have presents. That scene was enough to get that played on 25 Days of Christmas literally every single fucking year.
Because they have a brief Christmas scene. You're looking up the Philosopher's Stone thing?
I just searched Philosopher's Stone saying it.
You're really good at your Boolean.
Oh, right here. Okay, cool.
Oh, there you go.
I had you looking in the wrong section. How could I be so stupid? I checked this out weeks ago for a bit of like.
Can we play this?
This is like.
Jamie, are we allowed to be playing this? Jamie, pull up that video of the gorilla tearing that guy to shreds.
All right, we'll go back.
I don't know if we're allowed to. I think that.
Who cares?
I think there's an algorithm that takes down copyrighted material.
You think so?
I think so. I know it exists on YouTube. I don't know if it exists on Apple.
But I'm playing this on YouTube.
Yes, and the microphone is going to register the copyrighted material at searching through the video, and it could be flagged. I think we're okay because we only played like 5 seconds of it.
We're doing a parody of it. So
no, you just played the thing.
This is so dumb. look how stupid this is.
That's comedy. That's what I call.
Would you say it's
comedy?
Pure comedy?
I would say it's a diluted form of comedy. Comedy not from concentrate. Or comedy from concentrate.
Father John Misty should start being in movies.
I think he's got the charisma. What did I say? The charisma.
The charismata?
The charismata.
Wait, when's his new
album?
album?
Movies.
His new album's being released. Ooh, soon. Like 2 weeks. June 1st. I'm excited.
That's interesting.
God's Favorite Customer.
Oh, you think it's him?
No. It's about you.
Me?
Yes. On this very day. In this world.
What? I have to go home and tell my children.
His previous albums, he referred to as pretentious. Okay.
Content pretentious, or
no,
were you just
I
misreading?
misspoke. Wait, have I heard these? Have I heard Disappointing Diamonds are the rarest of them all and just dumb enough to try?
We'll listen to them after the podcast.
Okay.
Do we have any final questions and final answers?
What's your favorite movie?
Holy shit. Spaceballs.
Really?
We'll go back to the beginning. I don't know. That's stupid. I don't have a favorite movie.
I don't have a favorite movie either.
Yeah.
I think I have 3 favorite movies.
I don't. And let's see. They're going to be Requiem for a Dream.
No. I couldn't even remember the title of it 5 minutes ago.
You said it was one of your favorite movies.
It is. I really love it. It's tough to watch, though.
Godfather Part 3.
No.
Shark Tale.
No, okay. Those are the same movie. The Shark film theory, Shark Tale and Requiem for a Dream take place
on the next episode of the Movie ReBrew podcast. What's this? Do they have a theme?
It's like the cracking of the beer sound that he has. Is that what you think cracking a beer sounds like? Attention! Attention! I'd like to give a speech.
I'd just like to take this time to give a toast to Ms. Merkel, the Duchess of Saxony, and her husband, Prince Harry.
Is she the Duchess of Saxony now?
Excuse me.
Sorry.
I'm giving a toast to the happy newlyweds. And to their mother, may she rest in peace, Princess Diana.
Wait, what?
Right?
Is Prince Harry Princess Diana's son?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the other one?
They're both children of Diana.
Ah, the name of my newest album.
Children of Diana.
Let's see. No, he was in the war in Afghanistan.
Not Diana's son. He was a war hero.
Not the son of Diana. He is the younger son of Charles, Prince of Wales, and Diana, Princess of Wales. And so wait, wasn't she having an affair?
Yeah, they divorced before she was murdered.
What?
By the British Secret Service.
Really?
On the next James Bond. The murder of Diana, Princess of Wales. We'll end this episode with a bit of ASMR improv.
Improv! The Queen expressed her dismay at Diana's death when she found out. Yeah, that makes sense.
I have severe dismay at the death of Princess former Diana. Do you believe that... Do
you see the Ocean's 8 trailer?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's got good actresses in it.
It does.
Why is Rihanna in it, though? Rihanna's probably not a good actress.
She's going to give money. She's going to make money for the movie.
But, like, how good... Sandra Bullock is such a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
And so is other people that are in it, I think, that I can't remember.
Yeah. Kate McKinnon.
Someone named Aquafina, which I thought was a joke.
Isn't that from BoJack?
Sextina Aquafina. But Aquafina is a real person.
Aquafina is a tap water.
I know,
bottled
but this is a American rapper. Yeah.
I didn't think that was a real person.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Isn't that the things you learn? So is that okay? So all right, final take. What do you think about all-female casts of already existing all-male IPs?
I don't think it's dumb in the sense of that they're ruining it. I
agree.
I think give women their own thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't be like, this is the women version. Just be like, this is a all-women cast, and it doesn't matter that they're all. It's just this is what it is, and it's a new thing. I guess, like, you'll make money with Ghostbusters attached, but if you made a Ghostbusters-like movie, like, that was just kind of similar, that was just like Monster Hunters or some shit.
Do you think that it's a necessary first step?
Maybe.
In order to...
I think it's a little bit, not degrading to women, but I think it's kind of, it's a little bit like, you get to do what the men used to do, and you get your own, I think it's stupid. Give women their own fucking, listen, I'm probably the biggest feminist in the world. I'm gonna get so laid for saying that. That's the way our president talks. That's the way he literally says, like, I'm probably the least, he looks around and he's like, I'm probably the least racist person in the world? Yeah, I'm probably in the world. Anyway, yeah, I think give women their own thing.
Yeah.
I guess Ocean's 8 could be cool,
but
just make a heist movie. I mean, but
make a heist movie and don't call it that.
Yeah, just make it bitch heist. I know. But just make it, because then there's probably gonna be like winks and nods, and I guess it's in the same universe or whatever.
Ugh.
So, but also, are those Ocean's movies beloved as much as like Ghostbusters was?
No. Wasn't Ocean's originally a Rat Pack movie?
Yeah, it was originally like Frank Sinatra was the Brad Pitt or Clooney.
I don't care. Yeah, there's about at least 8. There's at least 11.
Yes.
And now
and
with
Billy
a minimum
Ocean.
of 8.
Billy Ocean, the singer who invented the moonwalk.
Yes. I think I agree completely. Like, you take a movie like Annihilation, which has an all-female cast, and it wasn't built as such.
No.
You don't even realize until you're like halfway in the movie, like, holy shit, that they took a chance on an all-female cast, and this is one of the most brilliant movies I've ever seen in my life, and it made nothing. I don't think that has to do with...
Look at, like, Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Bridesmaids was not like... It's not like, oh, Knocked Up 2, Women Knocked Up. Not that it was knocked up, but it was in the same vein. It was just a good movie, an original idea that happened to have a female cast, and it was a fucking hit.
Because male Hollywood producers don't know what to do with women, and they don't know what the public wants.
Yeah.
It's sad, and it's stupid, and I think they're doing it all wrong. And I hope that this is... I hope that it becomes a stepping stone to something better.
That being said, Bridesmaids was made by men. By Paul Feige. It was written by Kristen Wiig, but it was produced by Judd Apatow and directed by Paul Feige.
Okay, but it was written by one. I think the writer doesn't get enough. Kristen Wiig wrote it?
Yeah, her and Annie Mamulo.
Cool.
That was bad, what I just said.
I don't know. The writers don't get enough credit in Hollywood. Yeah. They do all the work.
And like... do you remember did you watch Pitch Perfect ever? That first Pitch Perfect movie is actually a really good film. I like, and that's an all-women cast, but it's not like whatever the the male alternative is.
Yeah, it didn't try to be forced down America's throats.
To become the norm.
Yeah.
It has to be
normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like that's why Black Panther was so, because that's just like a black character. We're not the right people to be talking about this, but like Black Panther, instead of just being like, what if we recast Superman and he was black? Like, let's give the black people their Superman. It's like, no, here's a completely independent thing who's like an interesting character, an interesting movie on its own right.
I think it would be okay to cast a traditionally white superhero as a black character if you don't brand it as Black Superman.
Yeah.
It's
Black
just
Superman.
Yeah. Like you remember that internet petition like 7 years ago to have Donald Glover be the next Spider-Man?
But he could have been because of Miles Morales.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, well, Miles Morales... Peter Parker died, and then Miles Morales took over, and he's half black, half Hispanic. But he's a lot younger. He was 13 when he started.
So it's okay because of the comic book that no one's heard of.
Miles Morales is a famous character. Don't worry.
I'm just kidding.
Donald Glover played Miles Morales' uncle in the most recent Spider-Man movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he ended up being in it? I never saw him coming.
It was
cool.
really good.
Cool.
Mike doesn't like it because he's a fucking loser, but it's really good.
Really?
Yeah. Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man, and everyone that thinks differently is just blinded by nostalgia.
You heard it here last.
What?
Yes.
I'm the last one to say it. Get down! Do you think you're going to die from a nuke?
Thus ends... What?
Do you think you're going to die from a nuke? I'm pretty convinced that's how my life's going to end.
A nuke or a widespread epidemic? Or a pandemic?
I'll stop it. Don't worry.
Why? You're going to pause it?
No, I meant the... I was making...
What are we about to get into?
I was making a joke about me being a public health major.
Oh, I was going to say...
I would stop it.
I was going to say, what do you know that I don't know that we're trying to protect the rest of the world from right now? I hope I don't, right?
Well, yeah. Maybe you're old.
You think you will...
Maybe when you're 90.
That would be worse. I'd rather die now from a nuke than when I'm old and feel hopeful finally that everything's going to be okay and I have my progeny and I think that the world's going to be safe from my genes because we're a bunch of selfish little animals. And then it all gets fucked. I don't want that. What do you want? How do you want to die, Liam?
I don't know. Maybe widespread disease.
I've got a question. Can you pause it while I pee? and also save it because we've been talking for a while.
Can we just keep talking? Can I just talk while you're peeing?
Okay.
I say, let's make this like a 5-hour podcast.
I want... Oh, that squirrel.
Where?
It's okay.
I turned around like a dog.
You almost slapped the computer out of the freaking thing. My question is, what... I guess, okay. What movie universe would you most like to live in? And what movie universe would you most like to die in?
Oh, Jesus.
Apocalyptic style. Or not.
Or just like I get caught in the crossfire of whatever universe it is.
Sure. I'd like to pee, and I'd like you to build on what you're going to say while I'm peeing, and when I come back, I just want you to shout the name of the movie.
Okay. Can you bring me back a beer while you come back?
Yes. Do you have... Where are they?
They're in my little mini fridge. It's like a Milwaukee's Best.
Did Joey bring the cat back while we were gone?
I don't
there
think...
are 3 now.
I don't think Joey
took
the cat.
Okay, that's fine.
Joey took the cat.
Babies, get out of my way. I have to open the door.
Let's see. What universe would I most want to die in?
Live in first.
Live in?
I don't care what you say first.
I don't know. That's a really... Because, like, most movie universe... Like, it'd be like, oh, it'd be so cool to live with superheroes, but...
Where's your beer?
In my mini fridge.
Okay.
That's over by the bathroom.
That one?
There's not that many left, but sure. I don't even... If there's more than one... I don't think any of them are mine.
Okay.
I think only the one Milwaukee's Best. If there's 2, you can have it. Anyway. Now that Antonio's gone. Antonio's wearing like a fucking headband thing right now, and he always wears it. I don't get it. Like, is it to keep his hair out of his eyes? Is it a fucking... I don't know what it is. So what world would I want to live in? That's really interesting. Like superhero worlds, like... It's too volatile. Like at any point, I might die. And that's weird, you know? I think that like... Maybe like... Because if I wanted to live like in like the cool like Guardians of the Galaxy universe, I would want to. But like then like 50%. Spoilers for Infinity War, but like I still live in the MCU. If I were to die in a movie though, I think I would want to go down fighting the Thing. I would want to kind of go down the same way that what's his name? Kurt Russell's character that goes down, the way he like him just like, you know, sharing a drink with whatever his name is in that movie after they've tried to destroy the Thing, and I think if I'd like to be like Kurt Russell in that. I don't have the survival to be that, as long as I'm not killed by the Thing, because being killed by the Thing, a lot of it doesn't seem like it's like a quick process, you know. It's like, but maybe I would die in a universe where I know that there's an afterlife. Like if I die in Coco, but also in Coco you die twice, because if you've seen Coco, it's this fucking terrifying thing where you die, you live just kind of the life you lived on Earth, but you're a skeleton now, and then once the last person forgets you, you die again and are just nothing. So that's... What universes are there when there's definite... Angels in the Outfield, I would most like to die in, because then I know there's an afterlife, and I get to help the Indians maybe reach the World Series. I don't know, depending on how... We got to get the bats going. Outfield has been hidden. You know, Naquin's hurt. We don't know how he's going to be when he comes back. Brantley's been keeping up. But besides that, man, our outfield. But still, yeah, probably die in the world of the Angels in the outfield and live... damn it. I don't know what world I would want to live in. All the cool worlds are like... Dead. Antonio, you going to come in?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Trying not to hit the cats?
Yeah.
They're by the door.
I know. Right, shout the name of the movie.
I would like to die in the Angels in the Outfield universe because I know that there's an established afterlife.
What about All Dogs Go to Heaven?
I'm not a dog, so that doesn't happen to me.
Do you think that in the All Dogs Go to Heaven universe...
No, it's called Only Dogs Go to Heaven.
Is that what it implies?
I don't know.
That's a terrifying reality.
I said Coco at first, but then I'm like, I would have to die twice. Unless if I'm famous Coco, because then I'll always be remembered, hopefully. But then again, I just live the same life. Like, there's no like mystical abilities that have to do with the Coco universe.
You would have to be radically famous, though. Mm-hmm. You would have to be more, like, as famous as... God, why am I bringing up Gilgamesh 3 times in this fucking podcast? But that is the longest, like, known figure.
Yeah, but also...
Who may or may not have been real.
But it's different now, where, like, fucking Logan Paul will still be remembered by somebody in 300 years.
But I'm talking about 7,000 years.
Probably 7,000. I mean, what if there is a nuclear holocaust? If nobody's remembered in the Coco universe, does everyone die?
I think that would be the repercussion.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, if everyone dies, then no one remembers you. Obviously,
so if there's a nuclear holocaust,
it's the end of
basically
heaven.
there's just an empty afterlife.
Is it
With no...
well, is it like Schrodinger's cat? Or... Nah, that's a stupid...
I bet in the context
does it need to... does it... If no one's there, does it exist? The afterlife in Coco.
I think so, because it's like a real physical thing. I think the point would be like... If time ended, it would be kind of like a last battle thing, where it's like, this is the new reality Coco world. You know?
You're hopeful.
And in the world of Coco.
You're hopeful in the world of Coco?
Don't touch the mic.
And I don't know if you should be. So, okay, well, go for the Angels in the Outfield universe. What did you say that you didn't already say to that?
I guess there's an established afterlife, but then again, I don't know if I would be good enough.
Yeah.
Because, like, in that... But I think maybe that this is the end world, because that showed that you don't have to be that good of a person to go to heaven, and I think that I'm probably a better person than James Franco. I'll say it right now. Bring him on the pod. Friend of the show, James Franco.
Friend of the show.
But, like, I don't think... What are you doing? I don't think...
Picture for the fans.
That I would be... I think I would go to heaven in that. That's what I would want to die.
So, okay, you're hedging your bets. You want a universe to exist where you you think you're such a shitty person that you want to go to the kind of a universe where the afterlife is sort of guaranteed?
No! I want to go, but not...
Where you just that you don't have to be the biggest asshole on the planet to not go to the afterlife.
Well, yeah, I just want to go where there is an afterlife, for sure. That kind of... Because, like... Yeah, because at first I thought, like... Oh, I said I wanted to die in the Thing universe, because I thought it'd be cool to go out like Kurt Russell did. Yeah. But then I thought, like, what if I'm killed by the Thing itself, and it just kind of, like, becomes me, and, like, I didn't want that. So I decided... Then, like, there's no... I think... I was thinking more of, like, not the death itself, but just having an afterlife. And it's gotta be... If I wanted to die in, like, a cool way, I would say Die Hard.
With a vengeance?
I've never seen Die Hard. I don't know. What about you? I don't know where I would want to live. I couldn't think of a fucking thing where I actually want to live.
Let's think. Where I would want to live and be...
Maybe a Sorkin movie, because I would be able to talk really fast and have like witty responses to everything.
Where I'd want to live and just be just like a guy would probably be the Star Wars universe, where I'd like to live.
No. Dude, planets blow up every couple weeks in the fucking Star Wars.
It was one planet. It was a couple planets.
It was a
over
system.
30 years.
It was a system.
Yeah, but there's millions of systems. Or at least tens of thousands of systems.
Dude, but most people in the Star Wars universe, you'd have to be an important person in the Star Wars universe. You might just be a fucking moisture farmer. And you're not a Skywalker, you fuck.
Okay, maybe that I would want to be a hero in that, but I wouldn't want to be a Jedi.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't handle the
celibacy.
Yeah, and the I don't want to be a monk.
Yeah.
Maybe the old Jedi, or maybe wherever the Jedi are going in the future. But I don't like the prequel Jedi ideals. I disagree with them. Where I would like to die is in Apocalypse Now.
The way that he goes... Wait, is that Apocalypse Now?
In what?
When Willem Dafoe gets shot and keeps going like...
Is that an Apocalypse Now?
No.
I don't know. I was just saying a movie.
Just in Vietnam?
I would like to die serving my country.
Oh, well, you can do that now.
This portion of the Movie ReBrew podcast is brought to you by the United States Army. GoArmy.com.
Is that...
Is that what they say?
I don't think so. Oh. Maybe like the football games.
This episode is brought to you by the U.S. Army Football Team. Okay, I agree with what you're saying about an established afterlife.
Yeah.
Are there other movies that have a good established hell and heaven?
South Park.
Is South Park a movie?
So bigger, longer, uncut.
Yeah. Do they have hell and heaven in that?
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Really?
We talked about that in the last one. I never saw it.
Let's see. The best movies ever made about the afterlife.
Yeah.
Can I live in the good place?
That's a TV show. You're not allowed, no. And we wouldn't want to because it's like it's established in the canon that like it's like less than 5% of people actually get to go there.
Yeah.
Most people get tortured.
And even if you weren't like a bad intentioned person,
yeah,
some like Cheaty who who's just lived his life like Evan,
yeah,
and just like inconvenienced people and made people terrible. And made people's lives suck, so...
Yeah, Cheaty's like Evan. Evan's like Cheaty.
He is.
Yeah.
But dumber. What about Beetlejuice?
The Beetlejuice reality.
It's a Wonderful Life? Definitely an established afterlife in that.
Yeah, it's a wonderful afterlife.
Oh, The Sixth Sense, so we can talk to that kid.
Oh, I do want to talk to kids when I'm dead. As long as I retain the ghost.
Oh, if I could just... I love the children!
If I could only talk to a child once more! It's a musical, too. Would you rather,
The Seventh Sense
go...
song.
Would you rather, go to, a light version of hell or a good version of heaven, but you have to, break out into song constantly?
Am I good? Do people like it?
Everyone has to do it, kind of, and people have varying opinions on how much they enjoy it. But it's a little fascist. It's a little Big Brother because you have to act like you're enjoying it. Otherwise,
how often?
Kaput. Every time a new plot point takes place in your heavenly existence.
Damn. All right, probably heaven still. There's definitely you know what? Maybe the Harry Potter universe. Because it's fun, you can dick around with magic, there's an established afterlife, and even if you I still want to exist on this plane of existence, you can be a ghost. But like it's not as fulfilling as going to the actual afterlife.
Yeah.
But you have that option.
What happens to ghosts when after the heat death of the sun?
I don't know.
What if you're a ghost and you you never make amends with what you need to do to get to heaven, and you're just a wandering soul in space forever?
I guess, yeah. But like you can just fly at like a regular speed.
That sounds terrible because that would be mostly dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know, but maybe like if you can't finish your business, then go outside. I don't know.
Let that be a lesson, you kiddies.
Yeah.
In the litter box, please.
They've been very good about it. They're only 8 weeks old and there hasn't been a single issue yet.
Yeah, they've been pooping very well.
I think there's something about the scent of the cat shit. What is it called? Litter. Of the litter box where it's like...
They know to poop here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they know
Same as
to
us.
probably say.
You
Yeah,
know,
we do.
You smell the toilet from far. You smell, that's toilet water. I gotta do my business in there.
When I'm in a new place, I
smell it out.
I just follow my nose
to the fruity taste that shows.
You got toucan Sam on your shirt today.
Delicious. Haley yesterday was making fun of people with Walmart Guinness shirts.
Really?
Yeah, this isn't from Walmart. This is from Guinness Factory.
Is it from Ireland? Oh, well, la-dee-da.
Yeah. I've been to Ireland. Mike and fucking...
Me too.
Mike and Keegan.
Mike and Keegan, the last people on the podcast to go to Ireland.
Seriously, Joe's been there.
Cody's been there.
Has Cody been there?
I don't know.
Probably. He's worldly.
Yeah. Mike and Keegan, the last men to go to Ireland.
Great. That's a good Cormac McCarthy novel. Have you read that? The Last Man to Go to Ireland?
Yeah. It's terrible.
It's so fun.
He doesn't shut up the whole book. He just keeps writing and writing and writing.
I couldn't stop. That's why I read the book in one sitting. I'm like, there's no periods.
Speaking of no periods.
Did you get that hysterectomy yet?
No. Was I supposed to?
I mean, I said yeah. Like it'll happen. Dun, dun, dun. What's your favorite TV show of all time?
The Simpsons.
I'm sorry. I'm watching Instagram stories. I know.
On the computer?
Yeah.
We have a podcast to do.
I know. I'm sorry.
They're going to be so embarrassed. I'm trying to make this right.
We're at the 3:15 mark.
Okay, we'll get to 3:30 and we'll call it an
No,
evening.
I want to keep going.
Okay,
Let's make this like
keep going.
4 podcasts.
It's gonna be. Yeah, I don't
We
know
can
if.
split it up.
Yeah, we could. I was when I was taking one down the road. I thought when I was peeing, I thought we would have to. I don't think iTunes or YouTube is gonna let us go over 3 hours.
I don't know. There's like those like 10-hour loops of things though.
Yeah, but that's just static. This is talking. This has variance in data.
And it's very interesting too.
It is very interesting.
It's got the best.
I would recommend that you pause this and save it, and then we just continue from this period right here.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Movie ReBrew podcast. I'm your host, Keegan Michael Key, joined here by Jordan Peele.
I'm Jordan Michael Peele.
Well, I told Keegan that like, I always think, for some reason, he's like, I'm your host, Keegan. I think he's going to be like, I'd say Michael Key. Because that's how they start every episode of Key and Peele.
I think I thought that,
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a new episode, but we've been recording for approaching 3.5 hours now. Just because
We've been locked in this sweaty, balmy room with a bunch of cats.
Oh, God.
And I can't breathe anymore.
It's just a Saturday. We don't have anything to do. Our friends are working.
We're drinking and
There's cats
we're
in
talking
here.
about the afterlife.
Yeah. Is there a God? Write in. If you are God, it's me, Liam.
To any time travelers out there, the current time is 6:06 p.m. Eastern. If you exist, join us now at 6:15 Eastern. We will await your arrival.
You know, I know you don't like The Big Bang Theory, but I did at one point. There's actually a really funny joke. There's a really funny joke where they're writing the roommate agreements, and Sheldon's like, sign here.
Yeah.
It's like, if it's immense time travel, we will come to this exact moment, and they wait for like 5 seconds. He's like,
that was disappointing.
yeah,
I remember that.
That was a good joke.
It was good. It was funny. It was funny back in the day.
It was.
And then it got stupid.
Yeah.
What?
It did. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about TV shows that got bad.
Okay. Welcome to the TV
whatever
podcast.
God, fucking Family Guy is unwatchable now. It's so terrible. And like, The Simpsons, I'll watch. The Simpsons, it may not be that great anymore. There are some bad episodes, but I legitimately think that The Family Guy is just terrible.
I think that I agree with you. I don't watch a ton of new Simpsons or a ton of new Family Guy.
I don't watch a ton of new Family Guy anymore because it's.
When did you stop?
I would check in once in a while, like as recently as like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Dr. Williams Morgan. Oh, never mind. I thought it's employment opportunity for student only, and it just says doctor procedure. I think I'm about to be a doctor.
Or
Dear
are you going to
student.
be proceeded upon?
Dear student, I am Dr. Williams Morgan, and I work as a clinical counselor for the Department of Disability Resources and Educational Services.
I am your long-lost uncle. I am emailing you to say that if you send me $25,000 U.S. cash, I will exchange my many millions for...
You will help me mail letters, make payments at Walmart, and this employment only takes an hour a day, 3 times a week for $4.80 weekly. I'm unable to meet for an interview right now because I'm currently away helping the disabled students in Australia.
All of them?
I hate this. God, what terrible people.
Is that the new Nigerian prince
Yeah.
scam?
I get sent to me and 25 other random ass people at Ohio State.
Did he say you're going to be making $4.80 an hour?
A week.
Oh.
480. Yeah.
Kitty. Watch it. That's Liam's cord. He needs that cord. Everything's fine here at the Movie ReBrew Studios in Liam's house.
In the cat room.
In the cat room.
For those of you that don't remember, there are currently
3 cats. Name of Lewis.
Zydrunas
And
Rufus.
And You and me.
Yeah. There's 5 cool cats in here.
5 cool cats. What's your favorite movie about jazz, baby?
The Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers is about blues. Jazz movies is about jazz.
What are some jazz movies?
Ray.
Have you seen Ray?
No, but it exists, and I can tell you that it exists.
It's about a jazz artist.
Are you sick of jazz? Is there too much jazz in America?
I think we're all right with the amount of jazz.
I think I'm happy that jazz gets one day a week, and it's Sunday. Jazz is for Sundays, and that's all the jazz we need.
Are you
but
confusing
please,
jazz with God? Do you think jazz is religion? To you, it might be.
Well, baby, I've never had a more spiritual experience than when I'm blowing my horn
you went out of the
front
accent.
of a brain.
You went... Oh.
If you could,
I'd kill myself, yeah.
Damn. I was gonna say that. Now what do I? Now I have to live. You can't both be playing Pokemon.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna put it down.
You're the one who wants to keep going.
I do.
I'm a fan of this.
I know.
I think this is the point where we're a little drunk, we're a little stressed, we're warm. And this is
My
where the
thighs
good
are
conversation
sweaty.
is going to come. Okay.
Best Harry Potter movie.
Best Harry Potter movie. That's a tough one, man. I'm going to say The Half-Blood Prince.
Really?
I love the style. I love the color scheme. I love the new character.
Seems like muted. It's like the colors seem a little bit... I don't remember
I'm okay
being
with
colorful.
I'm completely okay with that.
You can answer that call if you want.
Okay.
I'll keep talking.
Hello?
So, my favorite is The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Hey.
I'm pretty sure the first 2 were directed by, like, Chris Columbus, not the famous genocide dude, like the director. And so...
I have them with me.
The thing is, like, that's a serious tonal shift from what I can recall. Is it? Yeah. It's just like a little bit darker. They're getting older now. In the movie, I think they're only supposed to be 13, but in real life, they're probably about 15 or 16. And I don't know, it's just really good. It's like it doesn't feel like a children's movie anymore. It's more in line with like the Narnia movies, which I think also probably came around or probably were similar around that time, where it's like very child's fantasy and really good. And the Goblet of Fire's really good too. I don't know. I think the 7th one, like part 2 of 7, is almost too much of a cop-out answer, just because.
Since 5 in the morning.
God, Antonio's walking out. Who's he on the phone with? Who does he even know? Everyone he knows is in this room right now. It's me and those 3 cats. But the thing is, like, the 7th one, it was almost. They couldn't fuck it up. They really couldn't. It was the biggest movie franchise of the 2000s. With 7, there wasn't a bad movie before it. Out of the 7, there was not a single bad one, I would say. And there were some great ones. And I don't think, like, it was really a softball. It was like bases loaded, underhand toss. Just because it was so beloved, and it was, I don't want to say it was easy to make it good, but I think it was. I think it was basically an easy film to make great. But that was actually the one time I've ever clapped in a movie, is when, at the end, Bellatrix Lestrange goes after Ginny, and the mom, Mrs. Weasley, says, "Stay away from my daughter, bitch," and then kills her. And everybody went nuts, and I was like, yeah, and I was a part of that too, because I also kind of went nuts, and that was the only time I clapped in a movie, and that was the only time it was okay. Oh, he's recording. I wonder who Antonio was talking to. I bet it's probably not his parents. Oh, no, he said love you. Yeah, it's probably his parents. Or his mom. Who are you talking to?
That's my uncle.
Your uncle?
Yes.
You say I love you to your uncle?
You don't say I love you to family when you hang up on them?
When I hang up on them? I love you.
I love you. Goodbye.
Jesus.
Do you not end family conversations with an I love you? Just in general?
With your uncle?
We're very close. Me, my aunts, and my uncle are all very close. They're as much my parents as my parents are. They raised me pretty equally.
I think biology would say differently.
Well, I'm very close to my immediate family, I guess.
I'm pretty sure
you don't say. Do you say I love you to your sisters when you hang up on them?
No, never.
Really?
Never. Probably not even my dad.
I
don't talk to my dad that much on the phone. We mostly text, but like when I say bye to my dad, but not like when I'm just leaving.
I don't talk to my dad much at all, but I say I would say I love you before we end. Let's get into that. So, what was your childhood like? Who are you guys? Did you grow up with a father present?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah. That's why we're so cool. That's a loud high five. It was a very sharp speech.
We can edit it to make it a cool.
That's weird to me.
Really?
I would never like, if like my Uncle Tim called me. And
Yeah, but the way that you just said Uncle Tim.
I like my Uncle Tim. No,
yeah, but it's not like your buddy. Like, he was like, like a second father figure to me. As well as all my mom's sisters were, I spent much of the week with them growing up.
Huh.
And they're still, like, very important to me. And I don't know, like, I say it to my two cousins who live in Ohio, too, because they're, like, basically my siblings.
It sounds dumb.
I
feel like, I guess I didn't really spend too much time with my, like during the week, I would spend time with, like, my friends' parents and stuff. Like, when I think of, like, my second parents, I don't think of, like, my aunts and uncles. It's mostly, like, my best friend's parents are more of that.
Yeah. Well, I guess that a little bit too.
Come here. Oh, sorry, buddy.
I mean, I guess I will also say I love you to like Peyton and Vincent on the phone, but that's more.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
Movement.
Ocean's 8.
Thank God. You think this is it? What if someone's like, look, they got Ocean's 8. All right, isn't that enough?
Isn't that enough? If they have enough.
What do we have to? Can we please give Harvey Weinstein his job back now? They made Ocean's 8.
They got the thing.
Jesus, that's what it's all been leading to.
Do you think people think that? Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Coming out of the podcast, we have Cloyd Rivers. Let's bring him in, Cloyd. Good to meet you.
Well, it certainly is a distinguished pleasure to be on your podcast, William.
It's not my real name.
Well, who are you?
Cloyd Rivers is selling free watches.
I would like to sell my free products to this on this fine radio program. I'm not going to do improv. I'm not going to do a character.
That's good.
Thank you. What are you not going to do?
Heroin. Nah, I'm probably going to do it.
I like that you grew. We came into this podcast, and you weren't going to be doing heroin, and now we've evolved to the point where it can be considered. Do you think you've grown as a person since the beginning of this podcast?
I don't think so. I haven't grown since like sophomore year of high school.
I personally can't remember a time before the beginning of this podcast.
There was no before.
In the beginning was the ReBrew, and the ReBrew was with Liam, and the ReBrew was Liam. What are you doing?
I'm on Cloyd Rivers' Instagram right now.
Oh, okay. Well, if they made a Cloyd Rivers movie, who would you cast?
Oh, Jesus. That kid, the kid from all these people getting up early to watch the royal wedding need to be getting up early to look for a job. America. What does that even fucking mean?
It means buy my free koozies and spread the word of Cloyd.
Why'd you say free koozies?
Because you said buy my free whatever he's selling.
Something about watches.
Something about watches? A free watch, though. I mean, if it's quality. Do you think that movies will be around forever? Do you think that in 100 years people are going to be watching movies or anything on a screen? What do you think the next level of entertainment is?
I have no idea. I have no idea where it goes from here.
Because movies are just plays that have effects. And
is it going to be
plays have been around since the beginning of time, starting with tribal ceremonies and into your Greeks and then your Shakespeares and then,
my Shakespeares.
Your Shakespeares, my Shakespeares, and my
He,
Shakespeares.
she,
and
it, Shakespeares.
Shakespeareology. The study of Shakespeare. So I feel like watching people tell stories in a visual medium is going to be a thing forever.
Is the next step VR where it's like you're
engrossed in it?
Or I don't want
can
to
they exist? Can that diverge and exist separately the same way that, in the 40s or 50s, I would say that Broadway and plays in general were equally popular as movies. And since plays have become less popular,
but there's also different storytelling. Like video games are storytelling.
Are storytelling.
That's similar to. That's basically that's kind of a VR movie.
Yeah.
It's like you're existing within the context of this story and controlling it.
Well, the way that video games are now, the way that they used to be was just you were controlling a character, but now there are so many that are story based, and it's considered
and it's basically cinematic.
It's a legitimate art form.
Yeah,
absolutely. Where do you think that we're going to get choose your own adventure style movies where there are multiple options and you, the viewer, gets to figure it out as you go along?
I guess that's kind of what a lot of video games are, though. Something like Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, you actually get to make choices.
Yeah, that affect the thing. Okay, so I guess that is just a video game. I don't think you could really do that well in movies.
Yeah, it would just be like, hey, should he make... And you just click.
Yeah.
That would... I don't know.
So where do you see movies going by the time we're old fucks?
I don't know. Maybe... I think you might see a resurgence... Maybe... I don't know. I don't know how long, will the blockbuster, the multi-billion-dollar blockbuster keep... Will that keep going? Will that keep... Or... Because, what you've seen in video games recently is a resurgence of that simplicity.
Yes.
Of, the SNES era.
Yes.
Graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because of Steam and stuff.
Yeah.
And, online.
Simple, cheap.
Yeah.
That's just engaging and fun.
So maybe you'll see a resurgence of that in movies, just, more popular... Just down to earth stories
simple,
will be
like 12 Angry Men kind of just really simplistic.
or something like To Kill a Mockingbird, something
very story oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we could ever go back to the Buster Keaton /
Michael
what's
Keaton,
the tramp, the little tramp,
Charlie
Chaplin kind of movies?
No, the movies suck.
But the stunt... Okay, take Keaton, for example. That kind of stunt work. That kind of physical comedy.
Hell, that's what Jackass is.
I guess that's a modern equivalent. Yeah. Not that that's bad, right?
No.
Not that that's bad.
But that's less... That's real. That's the step, is that it's
right.
It's not just corny.
It's not
and slapstick still exists. It just sucks. Slapstick is probably better animated now. Animated slapstick is probably better than live action.
I agree.
Someone just posted on... this person just posted on Facebook, anyone getting a degree in business, ?
What are they looking for?
I don't know.
What do they want?
A degree... Can I have one, please?
Yeah, do you have any spares? Who's got an extra degree in business? Or who can help me out with my business? You think this guy's trying to expand his Cutco?
It's a girl. She had a kid at 18. She's probably alright though. She's probably nice. I don't even know her. This is a random ass person.
Yeah, you're friends with a lot of them, huh?
I am.
That's why I had to get rid of Facebook, because I became friends with too many stupid people that I don't give a shit about.
I know, it's just so funny to me. I like looking at it.
I don't. It makes me sad when people have given up. What was the first movie you ever saw?
Fuck.
What's your first memory of a movie? in the theater.
Spy Kids. That's the first.
Rugrats in Paris, I'm going to say.
So Spy Kids was 2001, so I would have been 4. So that checks out.
That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, you probably would have seen some before, but that's the first one
Yeah.
that took hold. When was Rugrats in Paris?
That was probably around that time. I think that was probably like 2001. 2000.
Space Odyssey.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you were 4 then. That makes sense.
I remember going. I remember dragging my mom and aunt along. I remember my aunt complaining and my mom falling asleep.
I remember that after that, the new episodes of Rugrats had Kimmy in them, and I was really excited about that.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's the new character.
Yeah, and we were allowed to stay up to 8:30 on Fridays, because normally my bedtime was 8, but on Fridays at 8, late time to be premiering Rugrats. But there was a new Rugrats with Kimmy.
Really? Wow, that's interesting.
I know.
Why would they broadcast Rugrats so late?
Maybe it wasn't. There's a chance that it wasn't 8 o'clock,
huh?
Or it wasn't Fridays. But yeah, I don't know. I guess Rugrats was like a show for like 10-year-olds and stuff too, though. Like it wasn't just for
little babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a really good show. I enjoyed it.
It was. It probably definitely still holds up.
Probably, yeah. Do you think that SpongeBob is the greatest cartoon of our generation?
No.
From when we were children?
What do you consider from when we were children?
From let's say 1996 to 2005.
No. Avatar: The Last Airbender is better.
When was that?
That was 2005. So,
but it had 4 seasons, right?
Yeah, it had 3 seasons.
Okay.
So let me think. Maybe.
I watch SpongeBob now, and it's just joke after joke after joke. It's red herring humor. It's The Simpsons for kids.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's so funny. Those first 4 seasons, and then the movie.
Mm-hmm. The movie is so great.
The movie is absolutely hilarious. And then what's his name? The creator. He left the show after the movie, I believe, and then it sort of took a dive in quality.
Yeah.
It remains.
It's kind of like what happened to Family Guy. It was just like the characters became like mean-spirited, and like they just became really one-dimensional.
They were flanderized.
Like Sandy became just like her thing was like she was science, and that was never really her total thing.
No,
you know,
it was
the episode where they think they go to the moon is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
They go up to Squid and like, oh, it's the egg sack, and is his hands under it, and he's like, twins.
Do you think they can do the episode of SpongeBob where they make fun of stupid Texas people now?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so.
Any of that shit would fly.
Because Texas people are they're fine.
But I think
they're
that
not
there
a
would be
historically
complaints.
disenfranchised population. There would be complaints, but who cares? Nickelodeon.
Yeah, the network does because people will because we're in a generation of boycotting anything that makes anyone offended.
Oh, shut up, every comedian.
I'm making a point. It's a legitimate point. It's not a legitimate point. No, it's not for this podcast. But
nobody would boycott SpongeBob over that episode. Garrett, like maybe some hillbillies in Texas, and other people wouldn't.
But would it make a ripple? Would it make a ripple that's big enough? This has been bothering me. I'm gonna rip this off.
I don't think so. I think that it would be like they would say like it's okay to make like Texan people are not a historically episodes like people make fun of Cleveland. Like there's a very recent episode of The Fairly Odd Parents where they say Cleveland's like a dump.
Yeah, but the entire episode is about it's SpongeBob and Patrick going, I'm from Texas.
That only happens like twice. That's later.
It's episode as far as I can remember.
And
SpongeBob also had a movie, which makes this conversation relevant.
Yes.
To the ReBrew podcast.
And they drank beer in the movie?
Did they drink beer in the movie?
No.
No.
No, they did. They get drunk on ice cream.
Oh, yeah. You think they get drunk or do they get high?
I think it's drunk. It's
I
definitely
think it's drunk. Yeah.
'Cause they
it's
just-
implied that.
Yeah.
Like,
he wakes up like hungover.
Yeah.
And he's like, Patrick, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah. I just watched that again recently. Is animation a greater art than live action?
I don't know if that's a fair comparison. Like, what do you mean?
It's not. It's a trick question.
Like a greater art?
What?
I generally prefer animation.
I do too.
Even for stuff that like what is... I don't know why.
When you mask,
what is
mask something, you can tell a story with more truth.
Yes.
I think. That's why I love BoJack.
That's what I was going to say.
That's
What
why
does
I
BoJack...
love-
BoJack doesn't really do anything that couldn't be done in the medium of...
But it wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't.
I wouldn't feel the same way
Yeah.
as I would about it.
Rick and Morty, you need animation.
Yes,
though.
but there's
But,
some
like,
of the same sentiment is there too. And I don't like talking about Rick and Morty anymore because those people weird me out. But I do love the show.
Yeah, and like The Simpsons could be just the regular, but there's something about it being animated.
You couldn't do it. You couldn't do half the things that you could on The Simpsons if it weren't animated.
Like what?
The visual gags. The visual gags, which make up
okay.
a third of the gags in The Simpsons, would be impossible to do live action style. Family Guy, obviously, you couldn't
No.
do.
South Park, so much of the charm is the...
Yes.
Like, you could
it's
have a
the
bunch of
style.
kids saying motherfucker and stuff.
Yeah,
but...
that would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It would be weird. I don't like when kids swear on.
Hey, kids. Knock it off.
Hey, this is a PSA to all you kids listening out there.
It's not... Do you think it's fucking cool to swear?
Yeah, shut up,
These
you dumb
fucking kids think that
motherfuckers.
you're not cool. Why do you think you're cool? Put your clothes on, Mike.
You talking to the microphone? Or?
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't like when kids swear on in real life in TV shows and movies because it just seems forced and weird and just hacky.
And but it's...
Because it's supposed to be funny on first viewing. And
But it's funny. It's not funny, but I like when they actually make 12-year-old kids kind of sound like 12-year-old kids. Like
have you seen Super 8?
No.
They do that very well in that.
They kind of do it. They kind of do it in Stranger Things.
In Stranger Things too. Yes, absolutely.
Stranger Things as well, but also Stranger Things 2.
Did they call the second season Stranger Things 2?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. I am a sucker for that too when they're able to portray children as the way that I was when I was 12 years old. Not a lot.
It's sound like actual children, but not too witty and stuff you know what I mean?
Yeah. But still make the story good and it still make it entertaining. I don't want to listen to a bunch of kids playing Fortnite at I don't want to listen to my cousin and his friends who are a bunch of 12-year-olds whatever they do. But I lost my train of thought.
I do.
You know what I'm saying.
I want to hang out with you. Not when I'm dead, at least.
Oh, how I wish I could only talk to a child again. Was that in the last episode that we did that bit? Or was that in this one?
I don't know.
I don't know where we are anymore. Time is dilating in front of our very eyes.
Dilating?
I don't know.
Passing, maybe?
Stop correcting me when
I'm not correcting you. I didn't know what. I literally didn't. That was me with.
It was me using a word completely wrong and knowing before it left my lips that I was using a word wrong and just hoping that no one would notice.
Yourself.
That a couple hundred people who were listening would not notice.
Probably. I think there's probably 8,000 people.
I would say that's true. Hold on. What? What?
I needed that burp. Sorry.
Okay, come on. That's a good burp. Can we say that?
No.
Ew, it smells. It's gross. You're listening to the Movie ReBrew podcast with Liam Garvin and your host, Antonio.
We are sponsored
Soda.
this week by Milwaukee's Best Ice. Milwaukee's Best Ice
is a...
Damn it, Antonio! It is on my floor right now. That's the most ringing endorsement I can give for Milwaukee's Best Ice. Is that part of it will never leave my fucking carpet.
I spilled a teaspoon of it. Relax.
Oh my god.
The cat's like lapping it up. No, she's not. Did you just pause the thing?
No, I don't. I want this in.
Okay. Well, at least it's not visual.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's your turn
dun. For what?
to talk about movies.
No.
Come on, I don't want them to be mad at us.
Who are they?
Keegan and Michael.
No.
They're not going to give you
Keegan
their
and Michael
passwords.
Key.
They're going to change the passwords on us because we're
Dude,
not
I don't know the
delivering
password. They
funny.
didn't give me the password.
They didn't give you the
first place.
passwords
No.
yet. Oh my god. Are they going to ask for a tester? If so, let's give them the first 20 minutes. And plus the phone call and say that this was it. I hope we're making you guys laugh. Are we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I hope so.
We're making us laugh.
Who's listening still? Cody?
This could be like 4.
Jacob?
Yeah, maybe.
Mrs. Holland?
Which Jacob?
Rossi. And not
Ras.
Siegfried.
He wouldn't. I don't think.
No.
Jacob doesn't even really like movies. Like I don't.
What's wrong with people who don't like movies?
I don't. It's for some people. It's an attention span thing. It really is.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I've thought before that I don't like movies, but when I start watching one and get into it, I like fall in love with movies all over again. This happens constantly.
I want to like a movie seeing binge, just because of the shows, because I want to know.
Yeah.
So I saw like all the like Oscar movies and shit like that, and like I kind of died down. But like during like December to March was like a really like I watched a ton of shit.
For this podcast?
Yeah, or just like in general, just to keep up.
Yeah.
Like when they were talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Like I never would have seen like I, Tonya and Lady Bird and Shape of Water in like any other year.
Yeah. 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 I don't want to, jerk these guys off, but
you guys got great dicks.
Yeah, this show has definitely made me more interested in the indie films that have been coming out lately. I always say that I want to get into them, and I always talk about them as if I know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But I'm actually watching them now because I want to. Maybe it's just because I want to be broadcasted, and I want them to.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe she was born with it. Maybe she's just a little kitty. Oh.
Guillermo del Toro and Netflix are launching a horror series together.
What's it called?
Del Horro.
That's the best joke in the podcast, and we're 3.5 hours in.
Oh god, why do people make bad movies? Like, I don't understand. Like how much? So like. Show Dogs is a family comedy. It's a family comedy about the unlikely pairing of a human detective and his canine partner, who have to go undercover at the world's most exclusive dog show. And like Will Arnett is in it. Why is Will Arnett making that fucking movie? Is he getting paid a ton?
He's probably getting paid his regular rate, and
but he's in person too. This isn't like he just gets to phone it in. On like a voiceover work. He's gonna be talking to a dog that isn't talking back for the whole film.
That's how every talk. I don't know if I don't want to burst your bubble here, but animals don't talk. So every time a human's talking to a dog in a movie,
no, maybe
they're not really.
Whatever. I'm just saying like
unless Hollywood has a strange breed of super dog. That's where all the Nazi scientists went. They didn't flee to Argentina. They fled to Hollywood and bred super intelligent talking animals, and that's where we get all our shitty movie ideas from.
There's a movie called How to Talk to Girls at Parties. This is gonna probably.
Wait, I need that. Can I? Let that be our next one.
Oh my god. Nicole Kidman's in it. What does she do? Maybe they're just bored.
No, I think it's like David Cross is really open about when he was asked about
Chipmunks.
Yeah, he goes because all my kids are gonna go to college. Wherever the fuck that they want, and it moved me into a much bigger house.
Really? Those fucking movies? Did they make? I guess they made.
He made a lot. Yeah, they made a lot of money.
And the Kung Fu Panda. He's in Kung Fu Panda. And those movies make so much money.
But those movies are good.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, no, I never saw the third one, but I liked the first two.
Did I see the third one? I think I made.
It's about Duck Dad isn't real dad, and they find real dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck Dad isn't real dad, and they find
Duck Dad.
Who do you think? Who do you think
Duck
plays
Dad.
Duck Dad?
He's like is he an Asian celebrity, or is he a Jewish comic?
He is the one Chinese actor that isn't the guy from Community, and
what's his name?
And James Hong.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't like that you did the voice.
I wasn't doing the voice. I was trying to remember the voice.
You did it though. You objectively did the voice.
But it was fine.
Okay.
It wasn't a stereotype. It was fine. It was a voice.
Okay.
What's wrong with doing a voice?
I don't know if it was. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I guess it does sound like him. Whatever.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It was a bad impression because I'm not good at impressions. You said to me that you were going to do a little Keegan and Mike on the podcast. Can you do a Keegan and Mike impression? I've been hearing Keegan on NPR a lot lately.
Yeah, what was that? I
heard it twice. Once by myself, and once with Iffy in the car. Because Iffy, you know Iffy? Remember Iffy?
I know Iffy.
Yeah, he works for me now.
Really?
With me. Well, for me.
Does Payton too?
Yeah.
Huh. Is that what he's doing this summer?
They're my employees now. Yeah.
Do you make like commission off what they do?
No.
How much money do you make a week?
I make more money than Payton.
So he makes at least $45 a week.
And I make at least 46.
I meant you. Sorry.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going to announce this on the podcast.
You've heard it here first.
You've heard it here first. Joseph Kelly Lakovich.
Joe Kelly.
He was given an offer from Raymond James Financial.
An offer he couldn't refuse. No,
he could not, no less. And a great job in downtown Chicago, and as an investment banking firm. And congrats to him. Joe, if you're listening at the 3 hour and 45 minute mark of this podcast,
or at the hour and 45 minute mark of part 2 of this podcast,
maybe the 45 minute mark of part 4
of this podcast.
Either way,
congratulations.
Fuck you, FDC. You don't get my Joe.
I see.
I said FDIC.
You said FGC.
I said FDIC.
You didn't. We can rewind it.
FDC.
Fuck you, FDC.
Oh, no, I did. Damn it. My legs are so... Wow, Antonio, what a great look back at our great memories.
What's the sweatiest part of you right now?
The back of my fucking knees.
Really?
Yes.
See, I've got a forehead that will not quit.
It is because you're wearing a bandana. I talked about it when you were gone.
About my bandana and
yes.
sunglasses? I just want to get into the role.
Of what?
Podcaster.
Do they wear sunglasses?
Some do. Mark Maron, Terry Gross, Joe Rogan.
I don't listen to podcasts. I listen to real life. Dude.
None of them wear headbands.
I listen to bird noises all day. Real life shit, dude. I don't live in the past of podcasts. Dun, 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 dun. What's your biggest fear?
Death.
Thank you. That was Antonio Zoda.
What's your biggest fear, Liam?
You dying.
There's a weird laugh.
Babby's biggest fear is that she has a party and there's only like 12 people there, and like they're all just kind of standing there awkwardly, like not really drinking, and no one's really having fun.
You make fun, but that's kind of my biggest fear too. Is she hosting the party in this fear scenario?
Obviously.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a very selfless fear.
Selfish fear?
Selfless.
Oh.
It's just like I want other people to also have fun.
I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, my biggest fear is being awkward. My biggest fear in life is being awkward, sure.
Huh.
Yeah. Because I was awkward for most of my life, and I didn't have a lot of any friends.
That's on you.
Well, I learned.
Don't put that on me for you not having friends.
I picked myself up by my bootstraps, and now I have more friends than God.
How do people pick, like...
I don't know.
If you're picking up your bootstraps, you have nothing.
I thought you meant how do you make friends?
No. Dude,
how do you win friends and influence people?
It's so weird to me that like, it's weird for people like me and you who are very talkative, especially like when we're with, and like me and you to each other, or with Evan, we get like a funny like rapport and banter. But just like in social situations, we can be so weird and awkward.
Yeah.
Like we had a new coworker come to my work, and like before she got there, I was just like, guys, do I shake your hand? Like, how do I greet her? And they're like, why do we have to coach you through social situations? And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry.
I'm terrified of those kinds of situations. If I meet someone who's a friend of a friend, I can be immediately open. But if I'm meeting a stranger, it's like, I was getting my hair cut the other day, and I went into it just terrified.
I was at
that I had to speak to the barber, and he was asking me things, and I was just like, the entire time I was like, I don't want to talk to you. I do want to have a conversation, and I want to be open, and I feel like I'm losing by not being engaging, but I just couldn't do it.
I was at Moe's today. You ever been to Moe's?
Yeah.
They're really good. I'd really like it.
They gave you a really good problem later.
Yeah, I had diarrhea. And so I was literally flanked by, so everyone there actually like speaks Spanish, and they're Hispanic.
Really?
It's not like a Chipotle place. Or
Well,
maybe
does it
that's
just
a
happen
coincidence.
that that's
I don't know.
just that Moe's?
But like,
yeah.
and like I was literally flanked by, they were all construction workers, and there was 3 people in front of me and 3 people behind me, and they were all ordering in Spanish and talking in Spanish, and I was about to leave. I didn't want to be like, can I have a burrito, please? As they're all just like.
What if you ordered in Spanish and surprised them?
That would seem mean. I don't know.
Isn't the point of learning a language to be able to use it?
I could have ordered in Spanish.
Yeah.
I literally just had to be like, pollo. Tomato.
I don't think people were they. I mean, were you able to tell if they were Mexican or Puerto Rican?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Okay, but I don't think people. I don't think everyone is like the French in the sense that I think that most people really, really appreciate an attempt to try and understand their language. And this is coming from a person who is the first monolingual in my family.
You are?
Yeah. I'm the first person to grow up speaking English as a first language in my entire family.
Huh.
And I am the first person to only speak English in my entire family.
So, do you have cousins older than you?
Yeah, and I guess Antonio and Giovanni would have learned Italian at the same time as they learned English, and they're both fluent.
Antonio. Then who are you?
Pseudo Antonio. But my brother can speak Polish very well.
Really?
My cousin can.
And he's your younger brother.
Yeah, he's 2 years younger than. But he also he went to Poland 3 summers in a row plus another summer for physical therapy, and he learned Polish there because he was very young. And my cousin Julia grew up speaking Spanish in the household. Her father is Colombian. And
I thought you said Polish.
No.
And then you were joking around like her father's Colombian.
No. And I mean, she does it. She's as good at Polish as I am, which is minimal, but it's enough to, speak to the family.
Make the cows come home.
Sure. in Poland. And then my last first cousin Anje is I guess also monolingual.
I'm almost certain that between especially I don't know if there's anyone in my family that can speak 2 languages.
Really?
I'm probably the most bilingual.
Really? Yeah, that's cool.
Well, because my European relatives that came over were my great grandparents. So it was and my one grandpa that is alive, my only grandparent.
Are they all Irish?
He's 100. Yeah, they're all Irish. So they just speak English. Right. And so my mom's dad was my mom's dad's dad was Sicilian, but he didn't speak Italian.
Oh, so you know that your family's Sicilian? You don't just think. Okay.
From what I can recall, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But again, that's
why.
When
the news broke to you?
It's part of being I've just only identified really with my Irish roots because my only living grandpa is Irish. But I'm just as much, and that's just literally in American society. That's part of why it's why being white is so different than other because I'm Irish when I want it to affect me.
Yeah.
I'm not just on the street. Whereas someone who's any minority race they are being affected by their race
Yes.
at any given time
Exactly.
and how they're perceived.
That's interesting. Yeah, I can choose to be Italian if I want to. I can choose to be Polish when I want to. And for me, it's mostly centered around being able to cook and just food in general, honestly, because I never had the language. And I guess there's a bit of resentment to my parents for not...
Yeah, fuck you, Antonio's parents.
If you're listening. For not giving me that opportunity, but at the same time, I could have done it myself. Yeah. I've had all this time. And I would like to, before my parents leave this earthly realm, be able to speak one.
If there's any spirits here, talk to us kids, please.
At least one of the languages. It would be nice. But I feel less than when I'm with my cousins and my extended family who live in other countries, because I'm like the black sheep era that moved to America but completely Americanized. Even my aunts and uncle have been losing their Polish. No, because the Italian side is a smaller group of family that lives in America. The Polish side is mostly what I grew up with, but strangely, I identify more with my Italian side, which I feel guilty about and I feel ashamed about, because I have all of this Polish in me and surrounded me for so much of my life. Maybe it's just because my dad is Italian, so I'm just going to cling to that, and maybe it's just because the food is better. I don't know. What kind of food do you like, Polish or Italian?
I don't think I've had authentic really. I mean, we'll have is kielbasa Polish?
Yeah.
We have a lot of kielbasa, which I really like.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had too many
I love that shit.
big Italian meals. Again, because my grandparents weren't. They're dead. Yeah, they're dead. And so I don't know. I would probably say Italian food though, just because of restaurants and shit. I like going to Little Italy more than I like going to Little Poland.
What was that, Fleet Avenue?
I don't know.
I love cooking Italian food. I made a incredible carbonara 2 days ago.
Get the fuck over yourself.
Oh my god. You want to have a delicious Italian meal, you let me cook for you, Liam.
I've let you cook for me.
Have you? Oh yeah,
Probably.
I used to cook for you last summer when we lived together.
We've just announced it officially on the podcast.
We once lived together, and we are officially separated now. Yeah, I made the sauce. Who's a better cook, me or Evan?
You.
Thank you.
Evan does too much.
I know.
He adds too much shit.
But it is good. I think he just needs to learn a few more techniques.
Rather than just add so much shit.
Yeah. I see the ingredients. I've seen him make pasta a couple times this month, and the ingredients and the smells are all perfect. But I think he just something as simple as he chops things the wrong way. There are big chunks of onion in this pasta sauce that should not be there.
Those were big ass chunks of onion.
Yeah, you know what I'm do you actually know what I'm saying?
Wasn't it yesterday?
It was yesterday that I saw the big pieces of onion in the pasta. Don't do it like that. And then I saw you taking a jar of sauce and without even having cooked it, just pouring it right on the pasta.
No, I microwaved it.
I don't see how that's better.
I heated it up.
You should make your own sauce. If you take just a can of crushed tomatoes and you cook it for an hour with black pepper, garlic, salt, and maybe oregano or something, you could... Welcome back to the movie Reheat podcast.
When was the last time we said a word about movies? We talked about the benefits of being white in America for a while. Jesus.
Why don't they make a movie about us?
Yeah, what? When was the last time there was a movie about white people?
This could
Probably
be...
since Willy Wonka.
These motherfuckers have been sleeping the entire time.
They move too.
They find a slightly more comfortable.
I think
place.
it might be too hot in here for them. Let's do. Would the fan on be too loud?
It would be too loud for the podcast, and it would annoy like the 6 people who've stuck around this long would be like, oh, all right, fuck it. There's more noise in the background. I'm not doing this shit.
Do you want to hear it? Wait, do you want to hear this Facebook post that I just saw?
Yeah.
It's this random guy says, "Pregnant pussy ain't even wet for real. That's the baby crying." Girl responds, "LOL, something's wrong with you, babe, but you love my pregnant pussy, babe." It's the girl responding. Oh my god. I'll probably cut that
Is that
out.
something that you...
That's like someone that I'm friends with on Facebook posted those things.
That sounds like the kind of thing I read on Reddit on like the trashy subreddit.
I know.
But that's just like, that just happens.
Yes.
Do people know that that's going to be around forever?
I don't know.
Do they care?
I don't. Just like what?
What? Okay, how about what movie gives you hope for the future?
Probably like good kids movies, in the sense that like kids will be watching these
And they'll grow
get,
up,
like
right?
something like Inside Out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
like very like
Yes.
like focused on emotions.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, like emotions are okay, and like don't, and like they're all important and stuff like that. I think that is such a good message for kids. I think every kid should watch that movie. Right
Yeah,
now, get
I
it on.
agree.
Get
Yeah,
the kids.
yeah. Okay, yeah. If there were one movie that you could, I guess you just answered that question.
Probably not Inside Out. That if I had to show my kid.
No. You don't have to show your kids anything if you don't want to.
Yeah, they're not going to see.
It's
I'm
a safe space.
I'm going to raise them thinking.
If there's one movie you could add to the public curriculum for all for grade school students, let's say a formative age of 10 to 12 years old, like prepubescent but not too young, what would it be? What would you want every kid in America to see?
I mean, To Kill a Mockingbird's basically already on there. Probably Religulous by Bill Maher. I said.
This is the most. We talk about religion too much.
This
is not what the founding fathers of movie ReBrew intended when they gave you the kid. I think they knew.
I couldn't remember.
They should have known when they said that. Liam, how about you take the reins for the next month?
I always want to go longer, and they're like, let's get it for about an hour. I'm like, no, let's just stay. Let's just stay here.
Going. Yeah. You've been listening to me and Vincent.
Oh, come on. People have been calling me the wrong name so fucking much recently.
Like, what do they call you? Jacob?
Someone called me. I'm pretty sure Evan called me Jacob. My friend Jake, who isn't Jacob, called me Rocco, who's his friend.
Oh.
Fucking right. He's like, hey, Rock. I'm like, what are you talking about? Do I look that good?
It's the name of a rock.
Help him, a rock.
Bum, bum, bum. We should have brought instruments.
You could play the cat. Squeeze it.
Lenny, no.
What do you do with the drunken sailor? What do you do with an
upshires early in the morning. Shave his body, shave his body, shave his body. Okay. Do you have any closing thoughts?
This would have to be the close for that to happen.
I'm gonna go all night, baby. Who's
the All Night Podcast.
Whose Ray-Bans are these that are just hanging out in this room?
Oh, those are Pat McIntyre's. He left them here.
Cool.
And I wore them. Everyone was like, dude, can you not wear those? You might break them. I'm like, I know, but it's sunny out. So
you have to wear
them. They
them.
were like $120.
Yeah, and they have a scratch.
They're expensive as hell. I can't left them here. What was I gonna say? Fuck. What if we should start a podcast?
That's just this.
No, it's
everybody.
We should
don't listen.
The once a month all day podcast. Once a month we do a 24-hour podcast.
It would have to be live because no one in their right mind would be listening to that later.
Or
Or
maybe
do you think they just like would listen to it over the course of that month?
or
in
like
bits?
or we could cut it up into like 12 different podcasts and just hear and like
My greatest fear, I guess. Okay, we'll go back to that. One of my greatest fears is running out of things to talk about with someone.
yeah, that's the word. I mean, it happens to me. It, like running out of things to talk about with people that I care about. Obviously,
Yeah.
like my coworkers that just see me in the elevator and it's like,
Yeah.
cold day, and I'm like, yep, that's what. See ya.
Yeah, but fuck them.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about like your closest friends, like you know, like Liam, like Peyton, like Vincent,
I hate
or like.
those people.
No, I'm yeah, like.
But I mean-
like what, like that, or also, how the fuck is marriage gonna? Have you and Abby run out of things to talk about?
No.
I would say no because you're very much happy together. So how do you maintain interest in, or at least freshness in conversation with?
There's just a lot of
in a
stuff
relationship?
going on, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
I guess
there
like
is.
especially now because me and Abby have so much to talk about just because we're apart most of the time. So it's like, hey, here's what happened with me and my friends. Look at this fucking shit Antonio did. What a fucking asshole.
Oh,
That's
I'm
most
glad
of
you
our
talk
conversations.
about me.
And then she's like, Ireland, I love everyone. Who cares about what she says? But I talk. That's what
You talk. It's
Yeah.
important that you get your.
And then like with a lot of my friends, it's just like there's always gonna be stuff. There's always gonna be movies. There's always gonna be the Indians, Browns, and Cavs in Ohio State football. There's always gonna be.
Yeah, but that's things. What about your thoughts and your philosophy?
I don't know.
Because that's what we've been doing for the last since we've stopped talking about movies for a while. I guess me and Peyton have that.
Yeah.
You and I can talk about that on end for a long time.
Because like I guess just as you get older, you think of more things. More things become relevant to talk about in your life. You know, like it's like I never considered this moral conundrum because it never affected me, but now. Especially, and like, there'll just be different things that happen. It's like, how do I raise my kid? You know, like,
Yeah,
I'm in a
yeah,
job now or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
am I hitting my wife too hard? Stuff like that.
Okay, speaking of which, God, I guess maybe part of the reason why I was totally disturbed or unable to communicate during that haircut was because, like, this one
Such a good haircut.
barber
You're
with
like,
the face tattoos was like talking about how it's like an all male haircut place. It gave me a really good haircut, but I don't ever want to go back there because like the conversation got weird and the guy was talking about like, you know, sometimes you just gotta like hit your girl a little bit to get her in shape. When she comes home, you just
Really?
gotta
Oh my
just gotta
God.
spank her a bit, not even sexually. And I'm like, get me out of here, but do
Please
my
cut
hair.
my hair.
Please do my hair right first.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Did you
weird.
tip him?
No, not my guy. The guy to the chair next to me.
Oh.
My guy seemed like the friendliest of the bunch in that he had no tattoos on his body that were showing. Not that that means anything. Also, he didn't talk about beating women.
Who would you want to play you in a biopic about your life?
Timothy Chalamet. I don't know who some
It
kid
can
that
be
hasn't been born
It
yet.
can be anybody that's been an actor at any
As a
at
young
any
age?
Yeah. So if you want like a young Leo to play you, get the fuck over yourself. But if you're going like right now,
Yeah.
like probably one of the Stranger Things kids. Maybe Jonathan from Stranger Things.
who's a couple years older than me.
Yeah, it was like 25.
And I think I'm handsomer than him. I'll admit that on the podcast.
Wow, I don't think so. He's kind of like pale. He's like ghoulishly pale.
So you're saying he's handsomer than me?
Maybe. But that's not the only reason why. He makes up for the fact that he...
Because of his talent?
Yeah. Have you seen Stranger Things 2?
No.
I think, Will, I think, is the best actor.
Really? Is
So
he do a lot more now?
Yeah, I think that if I would like him to play me.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe like a young...
Danny DeVito, for me.
I can't think of someone who looks like me.
Yeah.
Let's cut that idea out.
Just,
I don't know, like, I'm thinking
have
of
to
like a
look
young
like you.
comedian. I don't know, like a young Hugh Laurie. Like a 20-year-old Hugh Laurie would be
Yeah.
great at playing me, I think. Because he can do the American accent fine. And I think he's goddamn hilarious now. 'cause
And you also
I've
think
been
you're
watching
goddamn hilarious.
I don't.
That's not what you just said.
I think he can do me better than I could do myself.
Dude, I can do you right fucking now. Get over it.
You're entering part 5 of the podcast, in which Liam
In our
does
12-part
Antonio.
series, in which We have not left this room for 5 hours. We all have needs.
And some will be.
We're gonna have to have an orgy
this
with these
hour.
cats.
I was about to pick a topic that would be interesting. What were we just talking about? People that would play you.
Yeah.
Before that, anything?
I don't know.
Something about kid from Stranger Things.
Jonathan, older than you, got caught with coke.
He did get caught with coke.
Did you get caught with coke?
No.
Not yet, or like not at all.
Not ever.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What are you even doing here?
Not getting caught with coke.
What would be the title of your biopic? Kind of like a super god, the Antonio.
Would you want to be do you want to be a famous comedian? If you could.
I guess. Do I have to have a podcast then?
No, I think that comes afterwards.
Oh. Comedian, like stand-up comedian?
Yeah.
What level of fame?
Well, considering, like, it would take you 20 years to get to the point of, like, having a successful Netflix special.
Not necessarily.
But like 5 years away from supporting yourself well, 10 years away from getting things on Comedy Central and, like, the late shows, and, like, 15 years away from, like, notoriety.
Huh.
I mean,
it could... There are exceptions to that.
There are exceptions to that
rule. Like,
but I'm saying, like, using that rule, would that be worth it?
I don't know, man. If I could maintain another job at the same time, somehow.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know if I could handle, like, being just, like... If I was just going from club to club, just, like, shitty-ass club, making, like, $100 a week...
But if you really believe that you're going to make it one day, would it be worth damaging your own life and maybe your relationships and losing out on a lot of the fun that you could be having if you knew that one day it would all be worth it for, like, fame in any respect?
No. Not if it took 20 years of that kind. Maybe. If I really wanted it.
I'm saying like 10 years away from being on, like, TV shows and stuff.
I don't know. Would you do it?
Yes. In a heartbeat.
Alright, calm down.
Yeah.
Fucking you don't give a shit about your friends.
That's the problem. I do too much.
I think... Like, yeah, if I knew I was gonna make it. If I could get, like, to the level of, like...
But you don't... No one knows.
Yeah.
I guess.
What was a good level? If I could get to Todd Barry level...
And just cruise at Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna... I couldn't get to Louis. I don't... Because I don't normally masturbate in private.
But would you... What about as a comedy actor who is doing, like, stand-up on the side?
Someone like Chris Rock?
Like, what if you were cast in, like, a Freaks and Geeks type thing?
That'd be great.
You know?
Freaks and Geeks is really good.
It is a really underrated program.
I
think it's pretty well rated.
It's like a cult hit. That's a perfect example of, like, teens acting like teens. They look like teens. There's, like, that awkwardness of being a teen. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, I like Freaks and Geeks.
Yes. I would like to be a freak and or a geek.
I wonder, like, what would that even be like now? What is the modern day Freaks and Geeks?
Well, there isn't one, and there wasn't one before it. I mean, maybe there's... I don't know, because, like...
You gotta have, like, a teen show that's, like, without the fucking... But it was also something set in 1980 from that was in 2099 or whatever. So maybe it would be that. Maybe it'd be, like...
2099?
It's a long time away. Maybe it would be something like that, like a TV show with, like, teens in, like, growing up in, like, the grunge era 90s.
Yeah. Well, maybe there is a Freaks and Geeks that's happening right now, but, like, because, like Freaks and Geeks was so
Stranger
underrated.
Things.
Like no one knew what it was until after it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what it is right now. Stranger Things is wildly popular. That wouldn't get canceled.
Stranger Things is Freaks and Geeks, though. It's the same thing. They both take place in the 80s.
They both have supernatural occurrences. They
both
both
have
end up
Winona
following
Ryder.
the Grateful Dead at the end of the series. Spoiler alert for Stranger Things.
God, I wish I would. Fuck. I wish we could see what happened with her following the Grateful Dead.
Do you think that ending was made out of knowing that the show was
No.
going to get canceled? Really?
No, I think
Do you think that was a setup for season 2?
I think you would have found out something else. I think they would assume there would be. I think it's somewhat of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you want to see. I mean, maybe you could view it as like her final like. All right, this is who I am now.
Yeah.
I'm fully giving into rebelling, shit like that. But at the same time, it seems like you're gonna be like, all right, how is she gonna deal when she gets home for her senior year of college or high school? How is she gonna deal with like having skipped out on that?
Yeah, do you think it's going to be problematic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have gotten really deep. Deeper, rather.
And like, would she have gone to college? Because that's like, it never really, like, you would probably get into that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and like those guys, and like someone like Jason Segel's character and Seth Rogen's character and stuff being like, what do we do now? Like,
Yeah.
we are 18, we're
It just would
graduating
have been
college.
a better 70s show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like, yeah, it would have been like that.
Yeah.
But like in 1980.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's also that 80s show. That lasted like 8 episodes.
Yeah, that was probably really fucking good. Well, if we went back and it was fucking hilarious. Yeah, alright, we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, jeez.
To another edition of the rest of the show.
I was trying to write this funny story. I was like, did I send this to you? It was like, I awake in a daze. There's blood on my head. I look to my left and see nothing but
Blood on my
steel.
head.
I look to my right. There's the Little Mermaid special edition on Blu-ray. My worst fear is realized. I have been locked in the Disney vault.
There's a great SNL bit of a TV
yes?
Funhouse where they get locked in the Disney vault.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, one of those old cartoon SNL. They don't do TV Funhouse anymore. I don't think they have in a long time. There were some really funny ones that they did, like the ambiguously gay duo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit in this chair now. How does that feel?
That's ballsy as fuck on your part.
Thank you. I feel ballsy as fuck on account of how hot it is in this room. The cats are stirring again.
Yeah. The cats are stirring in the silver spoon.
I feel like we've been like locked in this room for 5 hours, and it's like a post-apocalyptic radio show.
You look like. If anyone's out there, please. We are at the end. Oh God.
I will be at the airport. This is my Will Smith impression.
Is that what you think?
I will be at the airport. At noon every day, Manhattan Island, New York City. Be there, be this Sunday.
If you're not a zombie.
Show up if you're not a zombie.
The ending of I Am Legend fucking sucks, and it makes me so mad.
Me and Danny Payton, my roommate. Shouts out to Danny Payton, my roommate.
Fuck you, Danny Payton.
We watched I Am Legend for movie night like a couple months ago, and the illegal stream that we got on internet was the alternative ending.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was so much better.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I read the book for my research paper senior year or junior year, and it makes so much more sense, and like it's just not like he's a savior. Like it's way more interesting.
Yeah.
That he accepts his role.
Yeah.
These are the new humanity now. These people exist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave now. You have to talk to yourself.
Okay, are you gonna pee?
No, I'm gonna grab a beer again.
Okay, well give me a topic at least.
Jesus.
Jesus.
What are your guilty pleasure movies?
Ooh, my guilty pleasure.
What are you guilty of? What crimes have you committed?
Okay, so Liam wants me to do a bit of reconciliation on the mic, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk about cereal. What's my favorite brand of cereal? What's your favorite brand of cereal? I find that Fiber One is the most delicious way to get the nutrition that you need into your body healthily. But I'm also here today to talk about these kittens. We've got Mike, we've got Ike, we've got Mustard. And Mustard is chewing on some kibble right now, and Ike is just playing here in my lap, and he's adorable. And I hope that you guys get to see these cats before you die.
Shy. Dun, dun, dun. All right, we're back.
We're back for that. It was a short break, but I was alone in the room.
Antonio didn't have anything to say.
I was terrified of the microphone on my own.
I carried this podcast 3 different times.
But now Jacob's here to scoop the cat shit out of the cat's litter box.
You may recall there are 3 cats in this room.
There are 3 cats.
One of them
today
can't
we
lie.
Today, one of them can only tell mixed
martial arts.
And the third has a sickness that the only cure is more wine.
Penicillin.
Yep, that's right. In this part of the episode, I duct tape Liam to the chair.
And we're joined now by Hallie Matega and Jacob.
Hallie, take a seat, why don't you?
Hallie Matega, a seat, more like it.
Hallie That was so bad. How'd you come up with that pun?
I always say it.
Hallie, what kind of movies do you hate? What kind of movies do you love?
I like chick flicks and I hate a lot of other stuff.
What's your favorite chick flick?
Where's the cat food?
In the bowl.
That's my favorite
I don't
chick
know.
flick, if you're wondering.
It's right behind Antonio.
Did you guys have a great day today? How was work?
I did feed the cats.
We got
and give them
massage
water.
chairs.
You got
you did?
massage chairs? Oh,
But that was early
why?
in the day. That was at like noon. I don't know
They're
how much there's left.
$6,000.
Alright, I'll just wait to do that.
Did you get them for free
I
at work?
just later.
No, we sell them.
Oh, I thought you got massage chairs for here.
I'm gonna try that.
That would be a great addition to the podcast room. We should
Massage
should
chairs.
ask Keegan and Mike. Do you have the company card?
Shut up.
I have the company card. Do you have the company card?
What?
Is it
The movie ReBrew mobile?
Yes, we are on 4.5 hours recording.
Are we gonna actually play this all?
I don't know.
I think that we will, and we're gonna split it up into 2
Yeah.
podcasts because they're about 2 hours each. We might go a little bit longer. There is a Cavs game tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And we're watching it here.
Antonio, how was the royal wedding thing?
The royal wedding. Well, if you would listen to the earlier parts of the pad thai, the podcast, you would know that it was just.
How's
the
that
best.
wine?
Liam, did you go?
This is a delicious wine.
No. Antonio called me at like 7 o'clock and I was like, no.
I failed to call you earlier. I'm
Correct.
sorry.
How long were you guys there for?
We were there from we got there around 5, and then we left at around 8.
Look how funny.
Say-
Haley texted me and asked me if I'm morning drinking. Is if that's a normal thing?
I asked you if you were morning drinking.
Oh shit, that was.
I'm morning drinking,
You
but
are
like
you
with a
How
U.
you confused me with
Wait.
Haley?
Look
We were
look
together.
how
You go,
funny
are
these
you
guys
morning
are when
drinking
it's
today?
better. Watch.
It was after I had left and I wasn't feeling tired and I wanted a morning drink with someone, but thankfully
Mike is
I
obsessed
fell
with
asleep.
litter.
The other one usually will just touch it and be like, hey. No.
I wish there was
I
a
want it
video
this way.
part of this podcast because we could show all the poop that we've been scooping.
Look at Mike.
You like that?
I don't know if you guys care, but we just made a group decision to stay here and watch the game. Well, Joey, Evan, and Luke's coming over and.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we've made a group decision here to.
Populated by Rock on the Range people.
There
Ford is
are-
overrun by Rock and the Range people. Rock and the Range.
It looks like you can't even walk.
Rock in the Range. If you want to find, if you're in Columbus and you want to find the sexiest women and the most eligible men,
So eligible.
they're very eligible. Well, come on down to Rock in the Range, where
Is
you.
this yours? I thought it was mine, but then in retrospect, I feel like it might have been yours.
Sounds like a lie,
Here.
Liam.
If it's one Corona, I don't care.
Because I brought back Coronas after spring break, and I don't
If
think I
it's
ever drank
just
them.
one
I thought you were gonna
Corona,
get, like, 6.
one
You're okay.
Corona, I don't care.
Yeah, it looks so crazy.
If
there.
it's just 2 Coronas, 2
Can you do your
Coronas,
crackbacks?
put me there.
I can, and it'll just be me punching you in the back, though.
Dr. Backcracker.
Antonio, can you crack backs?
Crack back.
I'm not a professional. I'm not a YouTube
Jacob,
certified
you suck at it. Have you not learned this by now?
chiropractor
You
like
try to crack
Leah,
back
Jake,
every day. You suck.
Vincent is. God, I'm bad with names. I'm turning into my mother. Heavens.
I'm like, yo, right in front of my eyes.
People are actually gonna listen to this.
We're gonna split it up.
That
And
should
also
be,
no.
That should we should isolate Hallie's
That-
vocals right there. Her vocals, isn't that song?
Well, it's-
Her
look at the size of the
words
shit.
right
Tony's
there.
a
And
little
just
drunk right now.
spread that to the beginning of the podcast. Yeah, I'm not even using the right words. Spread that to the beginning of the
Antonio, have you been
vocals.
drinking since 7 a.m.?
Yeah.
No, I
What's
went to
going on with
sleep.
you
I
right
went
now?
to sleep from like 8 until 11.
But
I
so
have been-
yes.
I've been drinking since 5 a.m. with a break.
Look at these.
So how was Russia, Liam? I wanted to ask you about your trip to Moscow.
Oh yes, I mean it was interesting. It really was. Not as many bears as you would think.
Did you see as many bears as you would think?
No, I did. So like I saw 4, and I was like, there's probably 4 bears there.
Okay, now were the bears black bears, brown bears, or polar bears?
Ooh, so Russia, this is not very ethnically diverse. They
No.
were. That being said, they were sun bears.
Okay.
They were all sun bears.
Now a sun bear is different from a regular bear in the way that
It can
has
survive
a long
on
head.
the sun. It can survive in the sun.
Really? Now what other animals can survive on the sun? I know that there are several species of small beetles.
Cockroaches for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of lice.
The kind I was gonna say lice.
Lice
the
for
kind
sure.
of lice. You know the kinds of lice that live in your eyelashes.
No.
The very
Oh, now
small
I'm scared.
parasitic lice that live in your eyelashes. Is the podcast? Are we not?
No, we're recording.
Oh, okay. Because this is important. This is
Yep.
a special PSA. The kinds there are. This is a warning to everyone. There are parasites in your eyes right now, and you don't even know it. They're turning the goddamn frogs gay.
Liam looked around.
I didn't want. I was looking at my eyes.
Floating.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a travesty.
Did you ever watch the show Charmed?
Charmed, yeah, it used to be on.
It's coming back.
That's I don't care,
All right, I'm just telling you.
but it used to be on. I remember
Used
when
to
it
be
was
the
on.
ReBrew podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's the difference? Okay, now here's a question that I think we can all answer, including the animals. What's the difference between a movie and a television program?
I literally couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
They're both on the screen.
One I
They're
watch
both-
on the screen, one I watch on the screen.
Yeah.
I like to watch both of them. Sometimes one is longer, but not
But, like,
necessarily.
In retrospect, in all seriousness though,
In futurespect.
how is something like The People versus O.J. Simpson different than like a trilogy movie? Is it just
Right.
how it's released?
Yeah, how is it different than this 4-hour podcast?
It's not. This is The People
We've been
versus
doing-
O.J. Simpson.
If all it takes to be successful in Hollywood is just amount of material, I think we are about to hit our big break.
We are.
Yeah. Because we've been spitting out quality materials from our face holes directly into the fire pits of the computers or cell phones that you're listening to this program on.
Or she.
I didn't say that you or she. Okay, so we know that Alice in Wonderland is different from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
But is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory better than Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Can you guys
Factory?
do it?
No.
in
Johnny
section
Depp.
of this?
We are.
We've done, you're the second person to ask that.
Payne was here for a little bit.
Yeah, and so was Joey. What's better, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or what? Okay, I know you're going to say Willy Wonka, but
Obviously
what
Willy
are the,
Wonka.
What are the merits of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory sucks. There are no merits.
It's
not visually
closer
appealing.
to the book. What if I were to say that?
I don't give a fuck. The book can go fuck itself. It's not as good.
You know what disturbs me about that movie? The Oompa Loompas.
It's
I don't
all
like
one
that they're
guy.
all the same
It's
guy.
all one
I don't-
guy.
Is it cheaper? Obviously.
Does he get paid for every role though? Is
I
he
don't
getting
like-
paid for 50 roles?
He was disturbing. to
Yeah,
me.
it was.
I didn't like his face.
That
I didn't
movie's-
like his attitude.
that movie
I
fucking
didn't like
blows.
his voice. It was really weird.
The style looks bad. It's like it's Burton, but it's like bad.
However, I do enjoy Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka
I don't.
as like his own character.
No, he's just doing fucking Jack Sparrow. He's like,
But that's all. But
I don't like Johnny Depp in
Everyone
general.
thinks that Johnny Depp has a lot of different modes, but he just has a lot of different looks, and he has one mode.
I don't like it. Everyone loves that first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Oh, it's great. It's phenomenal.
It's probably the
It's
worst.
Captain
I know,
Captain
it's
Jack
fine.
is tremendous in it. I
I know.
love Jack Sparrow in that movie. The rest of them get kind of bad, but I think it's overall a great action series. I think it's almost as good as the National Treasure series.
Wow.
Yeah. National Treasure 3, The Search for Atlantis. Nick Cage kisses the Pope. On live television.
And we brought it all back.
Yes. Okay, so Keegan and Mike are about to go to the Vatican.
Yes, and they...
Do you think that they're going to find their own Book of Secrets?
The Bible, maybe?
Or do you think that the Book of Secrets was inside them the entire time?
Wow, man, this that's what National Treasure 2 different cut is like. The Book of Secrets was in here.
Good thing.
There's a jewel charger back there also.
Here.
Take it all back. Take it all back.
You can switch. Take that out and then put your phone in there. Do you think? Okay, all right, but I actually want your honest opinion about the National Treasure series because I loved it. It is beloved.
As much as I loved it, but the second one I kind of guessed. I thought it was very.
What did you think about John Voight as Papa Treasure?
I don't know. It was kind of just. It was similar to what they did in Indiana Jones when they brought his dad in.
Yeah, Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like John Voight, especially for Holes.
I like him. Oh, wait, he was in Holes?
Yes, I thought he's Mr. Sir.
I don't. Oh, really? I haven't seen Holes in so long. It was like before I knew John Voight.
That's one of my most. That's another one of my most nostalgic movies. I think that was like it was 03. His name's Marion.
Oh, okay. Here's a fun thing. We were talking about Paul Thomas Anderson earlier being the Ghoul's son.
Yes.
And John Voight, of course, is Angelina Jolie's dad.
Yeah.
What is your favorite example of celebrity familial trivia?
Oh God, there was something. I was texting. Did I text you about this? It was crazy. Somebody was married to somebody. I gotta find it.
Really? Okay, you look that up.
It's Jason Momoa. Okay, so Jason Momoa, who plays...
Jason Momoa?
He is in... He is Aquaman in the new DC films, and he's also Khal Drogo, I believe, in
Game of Thrones?
In Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
No, in Game of Thrones. And he is married to the person who played Denise Huxtable in The Cosby Show. What
is the age difference?
It's like 12 years.
Okay.
Lisa Bonet. And she was married to Lenny Kravitz.
For a time.
For like 6 years in the 80s and 90s. And their daughter, Lenny Kravitz's daughter, and Lisa Bonet's daughter is famous.
Yeah.
So Jason Momoa is her stepdad.
That's weird.
I know. That's my favorite.
I like that Caitlyn Jenner is Kanye's stepmom. Wait.
Still stepfather.
Former stepmother-in-law?
You're still the father.
Oh, but no, I'm saying because of the divorce.
Oh, yeah.
So it was former mother-in-law, I guess?
No, father.
Or
you stay a father.
When she was Caitlyn, as Caitlyn.
No, you're still a father even if she's Caitlyn. Because she's still father. It's still. But you're not a mother.
I don't want to get into this.
I'm almost certain that it's like. This isn't me being like
talk
conservative.
about
I'm almost certain that they would say the same.
Kylie and Kendall still call Caitlyn dad even though she's a girl.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's from their mouths.
Yeah.
This is like the fourth time in the podcast that the words of the people who actually said them saved us from saying anything controversial. Yeah. So thank you for that.
Because that person still fathered those children.
Yeah.
And that's the role that it was. So, regardless. But yeah.
I like the whole Francis Ford Coppola and Jason Schwartzman, Nick Cage, not Nick Cave, but Nicolas Cage, and Thomas Mars, the lead singer of Phoenix, are all related.
How?
Thomas Mars is married to Sofia Coppola. Nicolas Cage is a Coppola cousin, and Jason Schwartzman is also a Coppola cousin. And his original name, I think, is... Nick Cage's original name, his last name is Coppola. Yeah. Schwartzman's is originally Schwartzman because he's on the female side of things. But that's really interesting. Quincy Jones is Rashida Jones's father. Yeah. That weirds me out every time. But even weirder, Nora Jones, who's a different Jones. You know the singer Nora Jones?
I only know her from Ted 1.
Yeah. Great sultry jazz singer-songwriter of the early 2000s. Her father I just discovered, is Ravi Shankar.
I don't know who that is.
The sitar player who the Beatles visited in India and is responsible for basically bringing the sitar to America and having the every Indian influence in American music from the 60s onward, basically starting in the 60s, was because of him. Like, he's the reason that the hippie movement became engrossed in Eastern culture. And he fathered Norah Jones. I didn't even know she was Indian. That was a cool thing that I found out. Or do you have any other examples?
I don't know. There's some that like I
celebrity
like the families, like Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, but that's like an actual. Those aren't like weird relations.
Yeah, there's talent, and then there's other Sheens.
Let's see.
What do you think about the Baldwins?
Actor Christian Bale, his stepmother used to be Gloria Steinem.
Really?
Feminist.
Yeah,
icon.
no, I know who Gloria Steinem is.
I didn't know Bryce Dallas Howard was Ron Howard's daughter.
Bryce Dallas Howard?
Yeah, she is in that movie Molly's Game, I believe. That might be wrong.
I don't know that one.
Oh my god, they're playing underneath.
If you're just joining us, they're playing underneath.
And there are cats. She was in Jurassic World. Maybe she wasn't in Molly's
Jurassic
Game. That
World.
was totally wrong.
When does
That
Jurassic World the 2 come out?
I think next.
I
No.
think this summer.
Yeah, June. What? That's so soon.
That's so soon. June?
Then 3 is coming out in 2021.
Mamma Mia 2 comes out this summer.
What comes out too?
Mamma Mia 2.
We
Mamma Mia-
we talked
we
about
we
Mamma
got into
Mia.
deep about Mamma Mia too.
Yeah, about how neither of us have seen it.
Yeah, but we
It's the
all
best
love the
movie.
music. I think the only reason why I like ABBA is because of some sort of weird Stockholm syndrome that it was just
ABBA.
ABBA, potato.
Did you? Okay.
Did you? It's
You know,
not funny if we just know where we're going at the same
it means
time.
daddy.
It means dad. It doesn't mean father. It means daddy.
If you're listening, Mr. Valinsky, I'm sorry.
If you're listening, Mr. Valinsky, is there a Zamboni in that box or what? I'm gonna come find out, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you not remember Mr. Valinsky had a box? And in order to prove the existence of God, he said that I'm going to tell you that there is a toy Zamboni in this box, and I'm not going to open it, but I need you to trust me, and on the principle of faith, believe me, as your instructor, as your mentor, that there is a Zamboni in this box. You can hear me shake it, you can hear me rattle it around, you can feel the weight of the box, but you're not allowed to open it. But I need you to trust me that there is a toy because he's into hockey, a toy Zamboni in this box. And when you've left Ignatius and you want to come back and visit, I will show you if you want to. No one has taken me up on that offer yet. Did you guys know you didn't have that?
Was that junior year?
It
or
was
freshman?
junior year.
No,
junior
I only
year.
had it freshman.
Oh, he didn't get into the box.
It was
He had the box. You didn't know it was in the box.
It's pretty thrilling what you just did right there.
I
That's
know.
so good.
I believe that he has a Zamboni in the box, but that doesn't do anything for me.
I would ask.
I would too.
And I feel like you wouldn't. I feel like you wouldn't tell anybody.
You think he would still? You think like 5 kids come a year and show me the fucking box guy, and he's like, and still no one has asked me to see what's in the box. What's your favorite Ignatius memory?
Probably that what you just said.
If you
that I
could
wasn't
make
there.
a movie off of any St. Ignatius teacher, which one would it be?
Probably Pasco. It'd be like a Dead Poet Society type thing. But I never had Pasco, so I don't know.
Oh, you never?
No, Masterson. Definitely Masterson.
Yeah, he was cool.
Portrayed by Billy Eichner.
I loved. I never had him as a teacher, but one time we were at a Flogging Molly concert, and I saw him holding 4 mugs of beer in his arm, and he was hanging out with Mr. Corrigan, and I nodded at them, and they nodded back at me, and it was I won't say anything if you don't say anything. Am I allowed to say that the teacher drinks beer outside of school?
No.
No. Mr. Hennessy's gonna have me one for this. speaking of movies, if you can,
Yeah, that's what we should be doing, right?
in one word or more,
Those are my only options.
at least
Those are my only options besides saying
you
nothing.
could say nothing if you so dare. If you could make a movie.
Just fucking talk.
Well, let me finish, because I've only just begun to talk. If you could make a movie off of anything, what would it be? Would it be a movie about a summer's eve? Would it be a movie about a bottle of wine? Would it be a movie about 3 friends falling in love with jazz? Would it be a movie about a baby's smile? Would it be a movie about a floor tile? What kind of movie?
Is this like a
would
Dr.
you
Seuss
make?
thing? What are you doing?
What kind of movie would you make?
I would make Chronicles of Narnia 4.
Silver
I would
Chair.
make the Silver Chair.
The Silver Chair.
And then hopefully be signed
You would
on for
make-
5 through 7.
You now, if you're just joining us, Liam would make the Silver Chair. Now,
Not
what
an
would you
actual
make-
silver
well,
chair.
Well, let's get into this. There's got to be a chair in the movie, no?
No, it's CGI. They just sit on a regular chair with
Would-
dots on it and stuff so we could capture the movement of the chair.
No, you wouldn't make a chair out of silver. You're saying that would be too expensive.
Correct, on my budget.
If you could make a movie with any budget,
What is?
The silver chair with a real
that's
silver chair.
piss. You're.
Are
It's
you
a cup.
serious?
Yeah, you're touching piss. No, it's a napkin with beer that's spilled on the ground.
Antonio spilled
And
beer.
now it's the beer's spilled. You know how never mind. The beer spilled itself, just like how
In Spanish.
several how 40 Pakistanis died or Palestinians died in the protests. We're talking about Israel.
I don't know. I like Wonder Woman.
But do you like oppressive government?
You know what? I've never been one. So if I were an
So how can you judge?
I can't.
So how can you
If I had all
judge?
that power, I'd probably do some dope shit.
Yeah. Do you think that men and women can be truly evil, or are they just a manifestation of their situation?
I thought you were going to say equal. You think men and women can be truly equal?
Do you think that men and women can be truly equal, or are they just a manifestation of their situation? No, do you believe in evil? Do you believe in good and evil?
I don't know.
Or do you believe that everyone is... Oh my god. Peyton, where's my wallet? Do you have my wallet? Okay. Do you think that evil exists, or do you think that good exists, or do you think that everyone is just self-natured to preserve humanity in a group setting? Do you think that if we were a different sort of species, if we were a non-tribal species, that our notion of good and evil would be different? Or do you think that we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights? That among
So when I talk about the Avengers,
getting to my point, where was Hawkeye?
he was on house arrest, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, his kids are probably dead.
Do you think his kids are dead?
I
Or
think
do you
that-
think that they're just a manifestation of their situation?
Just a manifestation. He does that to cope with the fact that he's a bad Avenger.
Have you guys talked about like how unequal the Avengers are in a previous podcast?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if we have.
As I think Hawkeye and Widow are just completely useless characters. Even though
Yeah.
I like
There needs to be a Black Widow movie where we see that she's important, like in like more spy shit, where like she gains intelligence.
Yeah, but what does spy shit have to do with like an all?
That's what I'm saying.
All powerful being
That's what
coming
I'm saying.
to. Yeah,
it can't be about
just
Thanos.
doesn't.
We need a smaller scale Black
Like
Widow.
who's
thing.
Arrow guy compared to like literally like in the first Avengers movies? 5 cops are shooting at the aliens, and they're doing more things than stupid Arrow guy is doing. Just take one of the officers' guns. I'm sure you have better aim than them.
But
and
no,
do
he's
the
got
same
like
thing.
cool arrows.
Whatever. It's just like take a big gun. Take an AK-47. That's what we should be using our AK-47s for, and our AR-15s. Is for
Shooting
fighting
the
aliens.
The
for fighting-
Chitauri alien invasion
Yes.
from the first Avengers.
from the
movie.
first Avengers movie, because who knows when that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Ladies and
happen.
gentlemen, we need to prepare ourselves.
for when Avengers happens.
And for only $105, For 3 easy payments, you can buy 700 pounds of rice, flour, and celery that will last your family for up to 9 years for a family of 4 during the New World Order times. And if you want to call me up, we can chat and you can buy my rice. Do you want to buy my rice,
No,
Liam?
I don't want to buy your
Liam,
rice.
we're doing a commercial. We're doing
Yes! Tell me more about your fucking rice.
It's white rice, and it's been enriched with sodium, niacin, riboflavin for ribo flavor, as well as ribosomes and the endoplasmic reticulum. Your turn. Jesus, we've talked enough about him. Let's leave.
All right.
Can we leave him out of this?
All right,
We've
fine.
lost all the moms who listen. We've lost all the dads who listen.
What was the dumbest reason you ever got in trouble in grade school?
In grade school, I never got in trouble in grade school.
Never got in trouble.
I got a detention once for throwing a football during indoor recess with a bunch of other kids around the room, and I was in 3rd grade, and I cried because it was my first detention, and I thought that it was bad. I thought it was really bad because I thought I'd be one of the bad kids.
I didn't get a detention or a jug in 12 years of schooling. I had one conduct referral, which was like a demerit.
Yeah.
And it was because I walked in front of the room and I touched my head against the smart board, like, hey, watch this, and like I made a mark. And then Jake went outside being like, Liam touched the smart board, and Miss Y passing was like, what the fuck are you doing, you fucking asshole?
What a wonderful woman. Because if you didn't have that kind of reprimandation, you would be on the road to drugs. You would be on the road to drinking. You would be on the road to unprotected sex before marriage.
Well, where's this road? Sounds.
I'm happy that you were reprimanded the way that you were, Liam.
Thank you.
Because otherwise we wouldn't be here having this conversation in this room talking about whatever it is that we've been talking about for the last few minutes. It's very hot. I'd like to remind you, folks, it's very hot. It's very steamy. I don't feel amazing. Get off your cell phone.
Sorry. You bore me. I don't like you.
I'm
This is
trying
turning
my
us into
best.
Not liking each other
I
anymore.
know. By the end of this podcast, we will commit the great sin of Cain.
What do you want to eat after this? I'm hungry. You
Yeah.
want some food somewhere?
Yeah.
Want some Asian food somewhere?
You want to join us, folks?
Folks, we're going to do a meet and greet.
Folks,
at
folks, we will be at Joy's Kitchen and Taqueria in about 15 minutes. So for all of you listening live,
anyone
at
wrestling,
home, come on down.
bring
to the thing,
your peanuts.
and I will not go to Joy's anymore, and I will add that picture also to the. I don't think enough people have seen that picture. It's a great image.
Of Antonio looking like a
Of
tired old man.
Yeah. Sad too.
Dun, 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 dun.
Who's your favorite actor?
What?
Who's your favorite actor under 80?
Ooh, who would I like over 80?
Woody Allen. If you don't remember from 3 days ago,
podcasts ago.
we mentioned Woody Allen's age, and it is over 80.
Are they taking the cats out of here?
Okay. Do you have any final words
No,
before
there's
we go
no
eat?
final words.
Okay.
I want to go 5 hours. We have 15 more
Can
minutes.
we? Oh my God! I'm taking my shirt off.
That's fine. Shirtless podcast.
Okay.
Both our shirts are off right now.
Our shirts are, ladies and gentlemen. Liam's pants are coming off.
Oh,
and
my
both-
pants were unbuttoned this whole time because I was sweating.
Yeah, and both of our shirts are off. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to picture us, don't.
Yeah.
Imagine us more sexy,
If
because
you already know what I look like shirtless, I'm sorry.
if you already know what I look like shirtless, that means you've just been in my house
If
before.
you already know what I look like shirtless, Mom, turn this off now. Saying to Mike and Keegan.
We should have a side by side.
What?
You just send it out. Just put it on your story. It's been a difficult
We're gonna talk now.
ride. Okay, so now we're going to continue to talk. Do you believe that podcasts are the future of entertainment? Is radio dead? And if so, who killed him? Or
The video.
Her.
The video. Video killed the radio.
we're going to play a little game where we create a movie from scratch, one word at a time. And that's how we're going to end the podcast because I'm sick of this. And you have to say the next word.
in a
Time
before
Christ.
land against
All
odds
a
man.
named
Jeez, no. Fear,
and
loathing,
in.
Las Vegas. That's 2 words.
It's one idea. Called
Himself
fear
of
mirth.
and suffering.
Severance.
What does severance even mean?
I don't know. It's just a word. All right, let's start over.
Okay.
The movie. Okay, we'll say the name of the movie first. The name of the movie is Wine
And
Are there 2 cats under there?
Roses.
I feel like I just saw one run out, but I don't think.
The movie is called Are There Two Cats Under There?
Wait, right there, Antonio.
I got where?
Under there are 2.
Oh, under here.
Right, they're hiding under here.
Oh.
I see them.
I'm gonna try and. Yep.
under your beer
2?
stand.
I see a head.
More than one head?
Here. Do you want one, Hallie?
No, I just want to make sure there's 2.
Okay. Yeah. There's
think
one.
one-
Hold on.
I don't see another.
Liam, you want to get under here?
What?
I'm reaching for a cat.
I feel like I saw
They
one.
got under the desk?
Yeah,
they've
that's
been
what I
under
read.
the
They've been
desk.
sleeping.
They've been chilling. Oh, there's one right there. You looking for a third?
Yeah, I feel like I saw one run out, but
No, they're all in here.
I just opened the door and I swear I did. You sure?
Do you think he might have ran?
Listeners, if the cat run out.
We have to find the
No,
third
the third
cat.
one's underneath
Do
here.
you see it?
his tail.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's Mike, yeah. Makes sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we found the cats.
And if you knew where they were and didn't tell us, what the fuck? I am now lying over here with this cat. Oh God, come here.
Liam, when you lie with a cat, you're just lying to yourself.
If you lie with a cat with a cookie, you gotta give him a glass of milk.
You have to take off another article of clothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing the world's first audio strip show.
The world's first audio show. We're calling it radiology.
The study of radio.
Alright, we got 10
Logic.
minutes till 5 hours.
Okay. You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me? Hurt my feelings. What does that mean?
I don't
What does that
know.
mean to you?
It means it was something Gus Johnson said.
Now,
when-
who's Gus Johnson, and what does he mean to cinema as a whole? Let's start with the 1950s, the first great year in cinema.
What?
What? If you're just joining us, we're talking about Gus Johnson.
Who would be just joining us with 10 minutes to go?
Liam, please, you're
Sorry,
being
sorry.
unprofessional.
We-
You've been unprofessional this entire podcast.
We're gonna get a copyright claim from Joe.
We're gonna get a
Marcello's story.
Is it the one where him and Len are dancing?
No.
Shout out to Joe Urchella. Shout out to Len. PatrickLenahan.com. Check him out. Check out his moves. He's got good moves. Do you have anything to plug?
Let's see. Donate to my house. Just send me money if you want.
Where can they send you money to?
Just write my name on it. I'm the only person with my name. It'll get to me eventually.
At Antonio Zoda on Venmo. That's
People
right.
have Venmo in their fucking like Twitter and Instagram bios. That's for like their Venmo. Like,
Just in case they get a popular tweet like you.
So people
how does
have Venmo them
So
money.
okay, I'll get this out here. I am jealous of you for having a viral tweet.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as it could. Like
It wasn't. It's terrible. I hate it, and I hate you because of it.
The one I had yesterday with the fucking Facebook post I thought was way funnier.
But that wasn't there. It was as creative as the other one. You were just taking something that someone else said.
guess.
The other one was just.
I didn't take
joke.
anything else.
No, the other one was funny. The thing about the frat, is that what we're talking about? The
Yeah.
frat thing? It was funny.
Thank
I
you.
think that was really funny. What is
What
the...
the fuck is going on?
Well, we're in hour 5 of our podcast. If you'd like to take a seat, we have one right here.
We now have Evan Linton
We have
joining
Evan
us in the
Linton
podcast.
joining us in the studio. Evan Linton, would you like to put on the glasses of Ra? Please.
I'd
Please.
be honored.
He's now-
See what only men have dreamed to see, Evan Linton.
Hello.
Evan Linton, it smells like garlic in here. Can you explain what that smell entails?
Audience, if you know what it is, shout it out.
That'd be garlic.
Can I have a little bit of that?
You got it right.
Now, do you believe that garlic is a herb of sensuality? Is it an herb of
No.
healing, or is it a vegetable of flavor?
None of the above.
Okay, then what is garlic to you? Because garlic has been a staple in such films as Casablanca. It's been a staple in such films as Lord of the Rings 2, Return of the Towers.
Jedi.
Consider garlic more of a lifestyle.
You consider garlic a lifestyle. Now, I agree with that. As an Italian American living in America instead of Italian, I believe that garlic is one of the 5 essential scents,
Are you
spices,
for?
tastes,
Are
and
you for?
sights. Okay,
Just
now
so-
what are the 4 for you? Because I believe
Cilantro?
cilantro,
Of course.
of course,
Garlic? Oregano.
oregano,
Basil.
and basil.
That's all you need.
What about
I believe
onion?
in parsley,
Yeah, take it or leave it.
sage, rosemary, and thyme. Now we spell time in this way. How do we spell time?
I would say THYME.
Now I would spell time in the traditional way. TIME.
So that is what you think is a good, like, the concept of time itself
is a spice. It's the spice of
Of
life,
life.
as it were.
It's the
It's the
it's just-
only thing that keeps us going. Imagine a world, a universe, nay, a galaxy
today.
with no time.
Imagine right now.
Imagine right now with no time, Liam.
I couldn't.
What do you have to do
I wonder where I was and how I was doing
without that time? Now, if you couldn't die, why would you be doing anything? We are recording. This isn't a joke. You think this might be funny, but we're talking serious.
I wasn't laughing.
I wasn't laughing at you. I wasn't accusing you of laughing.
Whoa.
I want this to be known. I don't want you to think that I'm judging
make
you
fun
in
of
any
me,
way.
man.
I'm not judging you. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just here
I'm
trying
not
to
judging
record
you.
a
I'm not
podcast.
judging
So
you.
this is a safe
Now, what is the
place.
nature of time? We believe as Jesuits.
I think the question is, what is the time of nature?
Okay, what is the time of nature? Most scientists would say that it's 3 p.m. on a Sunday in the afternoon. Folks are barbecuing chicken out on the grill. And some have slipped into their first couple of beverages. Alcoholic in nature, no doubt.
Okay.
Beer and podcasts go together like... Say the first thing on your mind. No, that's beautiful. Silence.
Thank you.
Silence is as much a gift as loudness, which is in itself a form of silence. Because what is light without darkness? What is flavor without blandness? What is sugar without salt? What is blue without red?
Sugar
I think
is
sugar and salt. You can.
They're not. Yeah, they're
You
not.
can work that one out.
Well, says you.
Taffy,
But
saltwater
who's to say?
taffy.
Okay, well, now we open up a brand new door of.
I think what people think are opposites are like salt and pepper are not opposites.
No one has ever said that.
People think of them as opposites though. Like if you said opposite of
Well,
salt,
what's your
someone
definition
would
of
say,
opposite.
I don't know.
I would say not having any
Let's see what
salt.
Webster has to say.
A lack of salt for certain objects, for certain things for things that create a thing, it'd be the opposite of that thing. Like if something that speeds something up and something that slows something down have opposite effects.
What is the opposite of motherhood?
Not having a mother. Wait, not having a kid.
Or would it be like
father?
childhood?
No.
Now that's an incredible sentiment. Now, how does that make you feel?
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, what's your favorite bird?
Big.
Female cardinal.
And a female cardinal is your favorite bird.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it's bland and it's boring and it's not as pretty as the boy cardinal.
Correct.
Yet the woman human is prettier than the man human, if you're so inclined.
Well, I am inclined.
Well, then let's discuss further. Let's take a closer look. We established that garlic is the spice of life, and thyme is the
We also said
Nature
it was the spice
of
of life.
of garlic.
Now, what's the difference between garlic and thyme?
Ooh.
And remember, time
Now
equals
that's a
time
question.
is money, Evan.
I don't know. I mean, this is a very complicated equation.
Keegan and Mike are gonna fucking hate us. We can't.
There's
upload
two
this
squirrels up
somewhere.
there, and one of them is slightly angled towards me. The other one's angled the other way. So it looks like a squirrel with two heads, one on each end.
But
of
it
its
couldn't
body.
possibly be a
It
squirrel
could
with
be
two
that.
heads. It couldn't
You don't- you
possibly
don't know
be a
that.
squirrel with two heads.
You
Is
don't
that
know
right?
It could possibly.
In what reality?
This one,
That's incredible.
I would argue that.
More musings of Evan Linton when we come back after this break. Chocolate! Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate. The three kinds of chocolate. Some say it's good for your heart, some say it's good for your mind. Some say nothing at all on the subject. Where do you stand? Chocolate! We'll be right back with more of these. Liam! Liam!
Yes.
Liam! Can you clean your room?
Tony, could please stop this? What are you trying to do?
Liam! It's a commercial.
This is a commercial. What's
No,
what's
I
it
don't want-
for?
No, I don't want to.
But you have to! It's Sunday, and you promised us that you'd clean your room! There's gotta be a better way.
Well, now there is.
Introducing a broom.
Is that how you clean your room? You just have shit that you need to sweep in your room.
If you've got
A
hardwood
broom for
floors
carpet.
on your room,
Broom.
try a broom. If you're not going to engage in the podcast, then you might as well turn it off. If you're just waiting to hit 5 hours,
No, I'm not. I'm
Have you guys been here for 5 hours?
have we? Yes.
longer?
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, go ahead and drive
What the
to
fuck?
go ahead and drive to Toronto right now, and then
Oh my
turn
God.
around and listen to it twice.
Jesus. What? Are you guys okay?
It's really
Are you,
hot.
have you been recording this whole? Like,
Do
is
you
this-
see what kind of shape we're in right now?
Yeah, you guys are
Incredible
not
shit.
wearing shirts, and I don't know if he's wearing pants.
I'm wearing pants.
Can't see over the
We're joined by Evan
empty
Lynn
beer
once again.
cans.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we
And what are
have
you here
been
for? What
joined-
movie do you have coming out? What are you
And
here
what
for?
are you here to plug? It's plug time. What are you here to plug? What do you want to plug?
The Russell Crowe.
Now you
movie.
look lovely, and who are you wearing?
Garlic.
Isn't that incredible? Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here last on the Movie ReBrew podcast. Garlic. It's equal to or greater than time. It's the Movie ReBrew podcast. Come inside, it's fun inside. It's the Movie ReBrew podcast. Come inside, it's fun inside. We got cats, Evan, Liam, and me. Simon and Garfunkel sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Oh, that spells you and me, baby. We got cats, Evan, Liam, and me. A dusty old fan and a sycamore tree. We're singing and dancing and we're having such fun. I hope this podcast will never be done. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours long. We're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours long. We're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours long. It's a great damn podcast. We're having a good time. We're singing the song. Singing the song, we're dancing along, and it's a sweaty and balmy. Dancing along, and we're singing our song. And won't you join me for one more round of this? We got the CALLINSHOW. It's a call-in show. You gotta call right in and you give us your money. Oh, Movie ReBrew podcast. Come inside, it's fun inside. We got the Movie ReBrew podcast. Come inside, it's fun inside. Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah. That was actually pretty good.
That
that one
song
better.
or the whole
So
thing?
you guys playing that in your set for Rock on the Range, or
Yeah.
is that a?
Did you end it?
No.
Should we?
Yeah, please. I'm gonna chug this wine and go to Chinese.
Have you guys been doing this for that long?
Yes, no, we were
Straight? Yes, come look.
Can you play the end of the song? We're singing and dancing and we're having such fun. I hope this podcast will never be done. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours long. We're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours long. We're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours long. It's a great damn podcast. We're having a good time. We're singing the song. Singing the song, we're dancing along and it's a sweaty and balmy. Dancing along and we're singing our song. And won't you join me for one more round of this? We got the CALLINSHOW. It's a call-in show. You gotta call right in and you give us your money. Oh, Movie ReBrew podcast. Come inside, it's fun inside. We got the Movie ReBrew podcast. Come inside, it's fun inside.